Good afternoon and welcome to this special presentation of the MIAA Division III Super Bowl championship between the number 1 seed undefeated Marblehead Magicians and the number 3 seed North Attleboro Red Rocketeers. I'm Paul Healy along with Michael Healy in press box number 4 at Gillette Stadium. Michael, it's a beautiful day for a ball game.
60 degrees, no discernible wind. And because the stadium is so high and we're so late in the season with about a 4:10 sundown, the sun won't be a problem. And all of this bodes best for the Marblehead Magicians with a 3-year starting quarterback, Josh Robertson, who just came off one of the games of his life, and he's had many because they've won 20 games in a row.
Yeah.
And he's beaten, as a starting quarterback, the legendary Swampscott program 3 consecutive times.
Yeah.
They throw the ball all over the field, and they're wide open, and then you got the captains out in here in the middle, and North Attleboro can beat you anywhere they have to, but I think today they're going to try to run them off the field.
For North Attleboro, the captains Tyler DiMatteo, Tyler Bannon, and Jared Vatcher, their outstanding two-way linemen. For the Magicians, the captains are Josh Robinson, the quarterback, who's thrown for more than 2,300 yards and 28 touchdowns. Craig Michalowski, James Duty, A.J. Andriano. Marblehead has won the toss. I believe they're deferring. Well, we'll see.
They're receiving.
Marblehead will receive, heading left to right. North Attleboro in their white uniforms, white jerseys, white pants, red helmets, will kick off right to left. Marblehead, black helmets. Are those black or deep gray shirts and pants, Michael?
Well, they're black shirts and pants. Generally, it's like the old Bellingham colors with black and white with red trim.
Yep.
But they look, they look pretty formidable.
Yep.
You talk about athletic arrogance. I've talked about that many times.
Yeah.
Anytime in a tournament game where you win the toss and receive, giving up the opportunity to work at halftime and bring out your offense with the ball, a chance at the ball, and to exploit the defense, that's a surprise. And they've only given up 21 points in the tournament so far in 3 games. Their D has been spectacular. But once again, they're a wide-open style of team. But North Attleboro, old-fashioned team, great 50-year tradition of tremendous football. I think this is going to be North Attleboro trying to bang it out and hit them with play-action passes versus the wide-open spread of the Marblehead Magicians.
Want to thank our lead sponsor, Patriots Subaru, North Washington Street in North Attleboro, Massachusetts. Largest volume dealer in New England.
I like that.
We'll have our Patriots Subaru player of the game for each team at the conclusion of each game. Also want to thank W.H. Riley and Sons. Excuse me. College football was invented in 1869. W.H. Riley and Sons came around just 4 years later, and they're still owned by the same family, providing all the heating and cooling services you need. The Rentham Cooperative Bank in Rentham. Jeff Schweitzer and the Northeast Financial Strategies, the Eagle Brook Saloon, where Russ Francis was one of the original owners back in the day, and our brother-in-law John Lobridge used to strum the guitar and sing to entertain the boys.
Every Sunday night. They closed the place many a time. Brian Holloway was big tackle. He used to love to go out and hang. And, of course, the punter was Rick Camarillo.
Yes.
And he could boom them. And apparently he loved the ladies. But we won't go there.
Our other sponsor, Aitchin's Garage. They bailed me out a few years ago. I had a flat tire, which I can fix. I can fix a flat tire, Mike. But I didn't have a lug wrench in my car, so I had no way to get the lug nuts off. Called AAA. They sent Aitchin's Garage. And the technician who helped me was the starting center for Tri-County Regional, a game I had covered a few years before.
Well, you guys must have hit it off famously.
Yes.
But by the way, this quarterback for Marblehead, he's thrown for his career totals are kind of astonishing. Well over 5,000 yards passing.
Wow.
I got to find it here.
It's 20. I know it's more than 2,000.
5,091 yards passing, 59 passing touchdowns.
Wow.
And this year, and by the way, this year he's completed 71% of his passes.
Wow.
And he can run. So they run a true spread. But once the advantage for North Attleboro is they've seen everything.
Yeah.
If you look at the confluence of great teams between Attleboro, North Attleboro, Bishop Feen, Franklin,
Mansfield,
Kingfield,
KP.
Mansfield, and they're all right around the block from each other.
Yeah.
And so they've seen everything. They play them all. If they don't play them, they scrimmage them.
Right. North Attleboro just walked from the goal line to their own 40-yard line, and down to our left, here come the Magicians. Marching in unison. 20 straight victories, the longest winning streak in the state of Massachusetts. Marblehead is averaging more than 35 points a game. They've scored 416 points on the season, allowed only 154. In their playoff run, they knocked off Norwood 21-7, Masconomet in a rematch 21-7, and the Westfield Bombers, they handled them 40-7, and then on Thanksgiving Day, a 31-28 victory.
On the last play of the game on a field goal by
Feingold.
Feingold. I guess we're ready for the
We'll be right back after this on AACS 15 Sports and WARA Radio. Whoops. This broadcast of the MIAA Division 1, 2, and 3 Super Bowls is made possible thanks to Mark Perryman and the entire staff at Patriot Subaru, 551 Washington Street in North Attleboro. Patriot Subaru is proud to support the Red Rocketeers, KP, and all of the teams competing for a championship with a love of the game. See how I work that in there? For more information, visit Patriot Subaru of NA.com. Subaru sales and service in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and beyond. Love, it's what makes a champion a champion. Is that how it goes? College football was introduced in 1869. 4 years later, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley & Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane and services your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs. Welcome back to WARA 1320 AM and WARAradio.com as we get ready for the opening kickoff. Marblehead will receive to our left. The Red Rocketeers will kick off. North Attleboro started off the season opening night a loss to Bishop Feehan, which was a surprise at the time, but Feehan went on to have a heck of a year.
Well, they made it to the Final Four. They lost to a terrific Reading team, which eventually got beaten by Catholic Memorial.
They then lost a double overtime thriller to Mansfield, 31-28, and then knocked off King Philip. King Philip's only loss of the season until they were beaten on Thanksgiving Day by Franklin, 20-19. They beat King Philip. Blew out Canton 42-8, were defeated by Foxborough, who went a long way in the Division 4 playoffs.
Yes, they made the Final Four, semifinals.
21-14, then went on quite the run, 42-12 over Oliver Ames, 42-7 over Stoughton. Then the playoffs began, 48-6 against Plymouth North. Tyler DiMatteo had 5 touchdowns and 143 yards rushing. Against Milton, 62-28. Tyler DiMatteo, 3 touchdowns in that game, as did Tyler Bannon. They knocked off Bill Ricca, 28-10. 4 more touchdowns for Tyler DiMatteo in that game. And then on Thanksgiving Day, 2 touchdowns for DiMatteo and a 14-6 victory over Attleboro, a tough Attleboro team.
Well, it just shows you how tough the, once again, when you're talking about the Kelly Rex division of the Hockomock League, they play up to it. They just played down from it a little while ago. I personally think it's the best division of high school, public high school football in at least eastern New England.
Top to bottom, yep. Here comes the kickoff by DiMatteo. Also handles the place kicking and extra points and field goals. Fielded at his own 11. Coming up across the 25-yard line, across the 30, near the 35-yard line. I believe that's Connor Cronin. Pat Munley in the tackle for the Big Red.
Anyway, so that ball is right now on the 30-yard line left hash mark. 35-yard line left hash. 24-yard return. And Cronin, by the way, is one of their big guns. There's no question about that. And you'll hear a lot of him. He's their second best running back and their most dominant wide receiver.
Trips to the right, that's the wide side. No hash marks on this field as they thought the Revolution were going to be having a playoff game on Saturday. First carry up the middle is George Percy for about 3 or 4 yards. Berthume with his first tackle of the game. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Just actually 2nd and 8, only got 2 yards there.
I'm Paul Healy, along with Michael Healy. Jim Jones, our engineer in charge. Peter Bray running our graphics. James Friedman, Austin Ricketts on camera. Back to pass, Robertson. Swing to the right. There's Cronin. Has a close to first down yardage.
He's got it.
Tackle made by the Red Rocketeers, Aiden Conrad.
And Cronin just swung out of the backfield. They had two wideouts to the right who both, it really became a swinging gate screen. He made a nice cutback, picked up the first down with a gain of 10.
To their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Left slot comes in motion, thinks better of it, goes back out to the left, twins both ways. Quick throw to the flat. Catch is made by Cronin. Tackle made by Joey Piriello, a senior. That's just about a gain of 1 yard, 2nd and 9.
Well, once again, it's another quick swing pass into the zone defense. I think you'll find North Attleboro stick with zone defense. They like to keep people in front of them. They're always a good tackling team.
Yes.
They're running the 3-man front. It's a 3-4-4. Now they're shifting back into their zone.
Fake to the fullback, option left. Robertson keeps it, cuts it upfield, has a first down inside the Attleboro 40. Another tackle for Piriello. Wow.
That was just a beautiful option to the left. He faked the pitch, made a 90-degree cut up the left. What would have been the hash mark?
Yeah.
Pick up. I gave him 10 yards on that because I'm a generous guy.
I think we're going to go 12. He started at his own 49.
Oh, he started on their 49.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
long
perfect
pass
throw.
Down the right. What a catch. Piriello all over him, and Cronin comes down with a catch. He's been the intended receiver on every play.
Was that Cronin again? I thought it was 14 who caught that ball.
Oh, thank you, Michael. 14. That's Shane Keogh.
And that's just a perfectly thrown ball. The corner didn't look back in time. He was right there. He could have intercepted it. But instead, it's a 25-yard gain.
They're at the 14-yard line. Running to the left is George Percy. Again, short side of the field, lowers his shoulder. Huge collision. He's all the way to the 6-yard line, we'll call it. That's a gain of 8. Well,
they are, once again, there's no huddle. They're a well-coached team. They come right out. They can beat you powering. They can do anything. And North Attleboro's got to make some adjustments here. 4-man line on the goal line.
They give to Percy straight up the middle, hit at the line, still drives forward. They're going to give him at about the 4-yard line. That'll be a gain of 2 for Percy.
It'll be a 3rd down and a short one.
At the 4-yard line, they're moving quickly. Shotgun formation for Richardson. Again, 59 touchdown passes in his career. Turns towards. Look at all these signs they have on the sideline, Mike, to signal in plays.
That's the Chris Kelly UNH system he put in years ago.
Yep. Quick slant. Caught. Nearly ripped out of his hands. Touchdown. No catch. Great defensive play. Is that DiMatteo or is that number 8, Rivera? Ball nearly caught by James Duty, one of the captains, but then ripped out of his hands.
And now you've got 4th and 1. And boy, I was just so surprised they threw the ball there. Talk about athletic arrogance.
Yeah.
I think it's a mistake they might pay for.
Actually, that was Nathan Schultz on the pass defense.
Yes.
Trips to the right, that's the wide side. 4th and 1, back to pass. Over the middle, knocked away. And is that Schultz again?
Yes.
Schultz with 2 big pass defensive plays.
And that ball was perfectly thrown, and he came in from behind, and he threw his left hand up. It was just perfectly done. Great defensive play. They're going to start out with a 1st down and a right hash mark from their own 4.
Wow.
And we're looking for a hammer and tong kind of offense because they don't want to be running all over the field playing defense. They'd rather pound them on offense.
So that was a 9-play drive of about 60 yards. There's 8:33 to go in the first quarter. No score.
4-man front, 4-4, power left.
DiMatteo with the first carry. Look at that power after the initial hit. He's got a first down. Tackle finally made by Craig Michalowski. Tyler Bannon, 8 touchdowns in the regular season, 14 touchdowns in the postseason, counting Thanksgiving.
You said Tyler Bannon, then you meant Tyler
DiMatteo. Thank you.
Bannon's pretty good in his own
right.
Exactly. We'll get to him later.
So from the 4-yard line to the 16-yard line, 12-yard run for Tyler, first down. Tyler was a quarterback his freshman, sophomore, and junior year. Now Chase Frizzoli, the freshman, is a quarterback. There's Tyler Bannon. Big hole running right behind the tackle, Gallagher, and the guard, Locke.
I believe this is what they're going to do. They run, it's almost a reverse wishbone.
Yeah.
They have a slot back on either side who's a blocking back. The quarterback is 5 yards behind the center, and then the tailback is behind him. You call it a power pistol.
Yeah.
Power pistol is what it is.
Yeah.
And those two slot backs, they kick, double down with the tight end and the tackle, and they kick out.
DiMatteo thinks outside, cuts back inside. Another first down run for DiMatteo. Tackle made by James Galante. He moves from his own 24-yard line to his own 31.
And so that's three. They've run 3 plays, the exact plays, both sides.
Yep.
Once one way, twice the other way. And they're off-tackle plays. Games are won and lost off-tackle.
Yep.
Marblehead knows what they're in for here. Everybody's got all the films today through Huddle. Yep. So this is they're just trying to bully him.
2 tight ends, power pistol formation in the backfield. This time they run off right tackle with Bannon. Hit at the line, driven forward, then driven back. Who's that? I believe that's number 1, George Percy leading the charge.
He's their running back on offense. He's got to build on him. He looks to be about 6 feet, 215 or so. They don't give any weights on their program, but he's a rugged dude.
Giving Bannon 2 yards or 3?
I'll give him 2.
All right. So it'll be second down, 8 yards to go at their own 33-ish, 34-ish. We'll call it the 33. We'll give the offensive line left to right in just 1 second. Right back comes in motion left. That's Munley, I believe. They're going to run that way. Hit in the backfield and taken down.
77 made the play.
Yes. Two-way lineman, number 77, Ned Fitzgerald, a senior.
Isn't he a captain?
Ned, not listed on the program, but I think I saw him out there before.
I thought I did too. Well, that was, once again, an outstanding play.
Was that DiMatteo?
That was DiMatteo.
Yep.
3rd and 8.
No gain.
And now we got the young quarterback faced Chase Fasoldi.
Yep.
He's 6'1", 170, so he doesn't look like a freshman.
Yeah.
And he throws the ball well, but he likes to throw out of play action. And on 3rd and 8, I don't think play action is going to fool anybody.
8 touchdown passes on the year.
They actually split out a receiver to the right. Otherwise, it's still the same power backfield.
Back to pass for Zoli. Has a man deep. Now he's heavily rushed. Escapes somehow. Oh, and he's crushed just beyond the line of scrimmage. Wow, what a hit. Initially, he got away from Samanisi. And I think that was Percy with a follow-up hit. It'll be 4th and 7. So it's technically not a sack, Mike. He gained a yard, but wow, did he take a ferocious hit. Welcome to the Super Bowl, Chase.
Welcome. Well, once again, when you play in Hockomock, you get banged like that every game. But whatever the case may be, that was a great defensive stand by Marblehead.
Yep.
And let's see what North Attleboro's got for a punter. Who is their punter, Paul? Do you remember?
Yeah,
I would assume it's DiMatteo.
Yeah. I know the long snapper is Aiden Conrad. Plays in the backfield normally. There's the snap. Oh, that's Tyler Bannon punting.
Oh, and he
off the side of his foot.
He was punting from the 33-yard line, and it's only a 12-yard punt.
Wow. So no score, 4:25 to go in the first quarter. And they're moving so quickly, Mike, we haven't been able to get enough spots in. Patriot Subaru, our lead sponsor. W.H. Riley & Sons out of North Attleboro. Rentham Cooperative Bank. Jeff Schweitzer of Northeast Financial Strategies. Looks like a double pitch or a reverse. Read well, but breaking a tackle is Connor Cronin, the junior. He's touched the ball a lot already with no score and 4:12 to go in the first quarter. Well, 6-yard gain.
He turned what could have been a loss into a 6-yard gain.
Yeah.
And it was one of those situations where the right corner came flying up and he made a 90-degree cut on him inside. He got to break down. Great play, 2nd and 4, left hash.
Up the middle, Connor Cronin, stutter steps. Berthume with another big tackle as Cronin dives forward. It'll be 3rd and 1. We'll give him 3 yards. No score here. Clock moving. 3:41 to go, first period. Remind me to give the offensive line for Marblehead in a minute, Michael.
You bet.
Left slot, number 30, James Duty, one of the captains.
2 wideouts into the sideline and wide slots to the open side.
Back to pass. Robertson throws short to the slot, makes the catch for the first down. Tyler Bannon with the tackle. That's Cronin again. I think Robertson likes to throw to him.
I think so. 9-yard gain, first down. 45 yards passing on 4 for 6. The only 2 incompletions that Robertson's had were the 2 down by the goal line, where I really think Marblehead made an awful mistake.
Robertson options right, keeps the ball, and is drilled at the line of scrimmage. Another tackle for Bannon, who was the North Attleboro MVP on Thanksgiving Day. It'll be 2nd and 9. They're just outside, going left to right. Outside of the 26-yard line of the Red Rocketeers from North Attleboro.
Whole game's been played in the offensive zone after the first 3 plays.
Trips left, he looks right, throws back on kind of a bubble pass. Cronin spins out of the tackle, dragged down by Berthume, but he's got another first down, moving from the 26-yard line all the way to the 13.
And that's another, this just shows you how good Cronin is, by the way.
Yes.
I mean, that's one of your best defenders up there. 6'3", 195 pounds, hits him a hard shot, and he just bounced off it. Got a wrap.
Left tackle, Pacheco. Left guard, Fitzgerald. Anisi is the center. Right guard, Pingree. Right tackle, Campbell for the Magicians.
And they've got 2 tight ends in there this time. They're going some power now after the...
Percy is going to run left behind Anisi, the center. Fitzgerald, the guard. Mike, boy, does he keep forward momentum.
He certainly did. He was tripped up by number 10 that time, Gavin Wells, but he gained 8 yards.
Wow. So that's to the
2?
No, 4. Marking it at the 4.
2nd and 2. Now they're back to their widespread attack.
Yeah.
But they got 2 running backs in there. Cronin's to the left of Robertson.
Percy
and
to the right. Anisi, a captain, high snap. Robertson holds on to the snap, but he's down at his own 12-yard line as Tyler Bannon DiMatteo jumps on top. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
On a bad snap. And boy, can you imagine that? They now have a 3rd and goal from the, not 3rd and goal, 3rd and 9. From the 12-yard line, and they looked like they were going in, and just a couple of mistakes by Marblehead has really allowed North Attleboro to dodge bullets here deep in their own territory.
It's my fault. I mentioned the offensive line. Throwing underneath, a lot of bodies nearby.
Well,
catch was made by Percy for basically no gain, 4th and 9.
And it was a great play by Bannon because they allow you to block downfield on a ball thrown in behind, and they were blocking Bannon, who was trying to cover the receiver, and Percy caught the pass, but it's only a gain of 1 yard.
Here comes Eli Feingold, and he will attempt a 29-yard field goal attempt. And remember, pro goalposts at Gillette Stadium, 6 feet thinner than high school goalposts.
The middle linebacker just jumped offside for North. There's no excuse. You got to be alert. Got to make that play.
And now it looks like they're sending the offense back out. So it's going to be 4th and 4. They bring the offense back out. Ball being set at the 6-yard line.
Yep, 7.
Thank you. 12. Yes. Minus 5 is 7.
Yes. Once again, you get 2 trips to the right.
Yep.
1 split end to the left. Tailbacks on the weak side.
First quarter will run out before they get this play off. No score after 12 minutes of play, but when we get back, Marblehead facing a 4th and 4 from the North Attleboro 7-yard line. We'll be right back. Rentham Cooperative Bank, established in 1901, 4 years before the forward pass was introduced to football, is a full-service Massachusetts-chartered cooperative bank with no stockholders, helping us make this broadcast possible. Personal loans, mortgages, and all of the modern banking services you'd expect. Congratulations to all of the teams, especially KP from Rentham Cooperative Bank. Find out more at renthamcoop.com. Thank you to Jeff Schweitzer of Northeast Financial Strategies for helping us broadcast the MIAA Division 1, 2, and 3 Super Bowl championship games. Located in Rentham since 2010, committed to the community, Jeff provides financial strategies that fit your needs. You can contact Jeff and talk about football or finance at 800-560-4637. That's 800-560-4637 or nfsnet.com. Good luck to all of the teams competing for the crown from Jeff Schweitzer and Northeast Financial Strategies. Welcome back. WARA, 1320 AM and WARAradio.com, AACS TV. I'm Paul Healy along with Michael Healy. Mike, it's going to be 4th and 4 from the 7. Hard count?
Got to be a hard count. And the ball's on the left hash mark right here. You don't know if they're going to go for it. Once again, they've run 2 slant passes. You know how much I love the slant.
Yes.
Were absolutely brilliantly defended by the defensive back. Was it Gavin Wells who was the defensive back?
No, that was Nathan Schultz.
Just 2 brilliant plays. They got, once again, same formation we saw, trips to the right, split to the left.
Remember the first time you saw Nathan Schultz, he was a freshman returning a kickoff against Attleboro at Thanksgiving.
That's
Who
right.
is that?
Exactly.
Shotgun snap, trips to the right. They now look towards their sideline to get multiple signals. 4 different players assigned to give signals or hold up signs. The Celtics sign is up now.
This is man-to-man defense.
Robertson is
Inside
back.
out coverage. They're
going to the
fade.
deep corner.
He's got
making the catch is Cronin. He was the one of the slots, Mike, looped parallel to line of scrimmage, then broke upfield. Touchdown. Marblehead 6-0.
Just circled out on the slot. He beat his man. The ball was perfectly thrown by Robertson. 7-yard touchdown. And this Marblehead team is absolutely for real.
Well, they've won 20 straight games. They ought to be.
That's true.
Feingold will attempt the extra point. The hold will be number 10, who's not on the program. And I can't see who the long snapper is, but looks like it's a back, undersized. Good snap. Feingold drills it through the skinny pro goalpost. 7-0. In favor of Marblehead. 11:55 to go, first half.
First play of the second period. Marblehead earned that beautifully, and it was just a perfectly thrown ball. The defensive back was trying to cover him. Then was Joey Perello. He's a free safety. I mean, so you're putting a terrific athlete on a terrific athlete.
Yeah.
Ball's thrown perfectly, and I think what happened there is the receiver looked over his outside shoulder initially, right off the bat. And that allowed forced the defensive back to close on him. And then he exploded up around him. And the ball, like I said, they've practiced that play before.
Yeah.
I mean, our mother could have caught that ball.
Hey, Mom wasn't a bad athlete. Come on.
Was not a bad athlete at all. Of course, her father was an All-American quarterback in the year before they legalized the forward pass at Dartmouth. Long story short.
Our grandfather, Myron Ellis Witham, captain of the Dartmouth team in 1903. They won the first game ever played at Harvard Stadium. Grandpa had a couple of drop kicks.
That's right. They won that game 11-5, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. 11-5.
11-5. Back in those days, before they legalized the forward pass, you only had to go 5 yards to get a first down, and touchdowns were 5 points.
Exactly.
And no face masks, and helmets weren't even legal. About half the guys didn't wear helmets.
Wow.
And they didn't have any CTE. How did that happen? Great kick.
Montoni with the kick, fielded by Schultz at his own 10. Nathan goes to the right sideline, hemmed in, breaks one tackle, but he'll be taken down at the 24-yard line. Cronin's in on that tackle, Mike, along with number 55, Christian Pacheco. So Christian Pacheco goes both ways on the line of scrimmage, Mike, and he's on the kickoff team.
Well, it's a 15-yard return by Schultz. Nice play here. Attleboro is going to get started again. North Attleboro, I apologize. Then once again, they're going to go back to power. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bootleg in the first play.
11:48 to go, first half, 7-0. The Magicians over the Red Rocketeers, power pistol formation. They give to DiMatteo. There's a big hole. Taken down. Nice open field tackle, number 19, James Gallant. DiMatteo running behind the left side of the line. Vatcher and Wise, the two seniors. It's going to be, that's an 8-yard gain.
8-yard gain over left guard that time. It was just a perfectly executed play. I don't know if there was a pulling lineman or not. I got to start watching the line more and the backs less.
4-man front, and now a 4-4 defense for Marblehead. Bannon tries to go farther outside. He gets the first down.
Got 5 yards.
Initial hit made, turnaround. I think that's number 55 again with the tackle, Pacheco. From his own 33 to his own 39.
39, actually gets 6 yards.
Yep. First and 10, Bombardiers trailing 7-0.
Again, 4-man front for Marblehead. They were 5-man front on the first down. They got gashed. They switched back to their 4.
This
inside
time,
counter.
The right guard pulls. So that is Locke.
Right.
And not much there. Who was the boss? DiMatteo on the carry.
So once again, Percy, he saw the guard pull, and he just flew down behind the line of scrimmage.
And Michael, as a former MVP in high school, co-captain of URI in '69, a longtime coach, you love it when players read their keys.
Oh, it's just good football. These are, by the way, these are very well-coached teams. Was that DiMatteo?
Yes, it was. 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 at their own 40. They trail 7-0. 10-11 to go, first half.
And they got a wing left and twins to the right this time. Little different formation.
Yep. This is a more traditional North formation.
Oh, he's got him deep.
Throwing over the middle. He's held.
Interference.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Gavin Wells, Craig Michalowski, heck of a player.
Yeah. He was running by him. He thought it was a run. He just reached out and grabbed him.
Wow.
And the back judge is looking right at him.
And you can hear the North fans expressing their displeasure. Student body all dressed in white. I'm kind of surprised. Well, no, I'm not. North Attleboro's right down the road. North Attleboro crowd just a little bit bigger than a nice Marblehead turnout.
Oh, it's a good turnout both ways.
Yes.
But boy, that was a significant missed call. The safety knew his beat, just reached out and grabbed him.
Wow.
And there was, it's only a 15-yard penalty. Screen.
Middle screen. Catch by Bannon. Bannon's got the first down over midfield. Tackle by Cronin. Bannon makes it to the 46-yard line of Marblehead. First down, Big Red.
Perfectly executed middle screen. They faked the dive to Bannon. Bannon now catches the screen on the left side, heads up inside, just keeps heading north. Gets tackled by number 22, Cronin.
That's a 14-yard gain for the Big Red. Now on the magician side of the field. Yep.
I apologize, Bob, but they're known for the play-action passing.
Yeah.
And that was perfectly executed. When you run a screen off of a fake inside, it really fouls the defense up because the secondary starts retreating after they realize it's a pass.
Play-action pass, wide open in the flat. Catch is made by number 27, Aiden Conrad, the long snapper on punts. Tackle made by Andy Palmer. Another first down.
And that's once again another little fake inside. Quarterback fires the ball to the setback out on the right. Linebacker just totally uncovered in the zone.
11-yard gain. Again, the Attleboro line left to right. Vatcher, Wise, Kelsey the center, Locke and Gallagher. The tight ends are Leary and Jack Munley. You remember Jack's big brother Pat.
Sure, Pat was a tremendous player. Look at them. Look at that line just keep moving.
Wow. And finally, the whistle blows as they now allow those, they're called rooks in rugby. That's Bannon, right? Runs right up the middle. Bannon moves from the 35-yard line to the 31. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He's got 19 yards and 4 carries. They picked up 47 yards on the ground, about 27 in the air. And Marblehead's already got 97 yards total offense.
8th play of the drive. Berthium goes in motion to the left side, power that way. Play action pass in the flat. Catch is made by Bannon's got the first down. He's inside the 20, taken down at the 15-yard line. Tackle made by, I believe, might have been 53, yeah. Nick Whitaker. Michael.
Watch the cutback here. He just shakes number 19 completely, then he shakes Percy, keeps driving up. Beautiful play. 15-yard gain.
And it was A.J. Andriano on the tackle, excuse me. So to
co-captains.
Yep, to the 16-yard line. There's that play-action pass. Both teams have thrown to the flats a lot early, Mike.
Toss right.
DiMatteo tries to get to the edge. Nice block by Munley, but coming up to make the tackle, Andy Palmer. Andy is just a sophomore. What a beautiful open field tackle.
Shoestring went right for the low below the knees and just wrapped him up.
3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 7.
That was
for
right
the
out
Red
of
Rock.
the rodeo.
Really, and that's Tyler DiMatteo you're tackling, who's got thighs the size of my waist.
I know, he's a rugged kid, but he I don't know who's got bigger thighs, him or Percy.
Yeah, really.
Thunder thighs.
Tyler DiMatteo was a freshman on Thanksgiving morning. His very first pass of his varsity career was an 85-yard touchdown.
And we spent the whole game not even knowing who he was.
Cross blocks on the line of scrimmage. Cross buck in the backfield. Bannon is up to just outside the 5-yard line.
It's an 8-yard gain.
Wow.
Another first down. That's the 5th first down for North. First and goal, right hash mark from the 5.
11th play of the drive coming up. They took over with 11:48 left in the second quarter clock. We're approaching 6:20.
Well, this is a fast-paced game. Two confident teams. They're used to pushing other teams around, and they're just knocking each other around.
Two tight ends. Shotgun quarterback, two backs on either side of him. DiMatteo behind him. DiMatteo in the end zone as he bursts through a tackle. Great job on the line by Vasher Wise, Kelsey, Locke, and Gallagher. It's Marblehead 7, North Attleboro 6.
Well, that was just a perfectly executed play. They got a 4-man line. Your right guard pulls. He really didn't have anybody to block. I just don't understand modern football.
Yeah.
And I've been around it.
Yeah.
I've been around really good football for 61 years.
Yeah.
And I know what's going on for 61 years. And how you can line up on first and goal with a straight 4-4.
Yeah.
Never would have seen it in my day. We would have put two guys on either side of the center's head.
Yep.
Inside eye of the defensive tackle, 6'5", and we're coming at you. Anyway, kick coming.
Snapping is Tyler Bannon. He's the snapper on extra points. DiMatteo puts it through the uprights. Hold was made by number 13, Nathan McDonald. We are tied at 7 with 6:06 to go, first quarter.
And second quarter.
Second
and
quarter.
This is just a marvelous competition right here. They went, right now, if you look at what North Attleboro has done, with the exception of those couple of plays, they've just played old-fashioned power football. Yep. They've run for 65 yards, but they've also got 40 yards on play-action passes, 3 completely different looks off the power fakes inside, completely frazzled Marblehead. And, of course, Marblehead on its own, they're 7 for 9 throwing for 66 yards, and they've run the ball for 40 yards.
My apologies to the Eagle Brook Saloon. Sorry, Chuck Horn. Supposed to play their commercial after that score, and Asian's Garage is next.
All right, I talk too much. I apologize.
You're having too much fun, Mike.
It's true.
And his
best form of football is in high school.
As Commander Cody and his Lost Planet Airman said, a whole lot of things I ain't never done. I ain't never had too much fun. That's okay. Chuck Horn and Ellen at the Eagle Brook Saloon, they'd appreciate Commander Cody.
You still have my copy of that album, I believe.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I do. Country Joe McDonald played there years ago.
You probably got my Country Joe albums, too.
I thought those were Joni's.
No, those are mine.
All right, I have those, too. North Attleboro with now tied 7. DiMatteo will kick off left to right. Breeze not much of a factor, but it is behind the back of the Red Rocketeers. Fielded at his own 8 is Percy. Across the 20, has a gap, breaks the tackle up the sideline, cuts inside across the 40, taken down by Munley. Jack Munley on the tackle, but Marblehead will start at their own 42-yard line.
And I didn't know Percy had that kind of elusiveness. He's a rugged kid. And he caught the ball deep left, outside the numbers, which is very hard to return from.
Yeah.
And he stayed on the left sideline. He had made 2 people miss 34-yard return.
At their own 42, 1st and 10, trips right. Percy running to the right. Gets a huge block by number 77, the left guard Fitzgerald pulling. First down for Percy to the North 45.
13-yard gain for Percy. Boy, these two teams can play some football. 32 yards and a first down on 5 carries for Percy.
So North's drive was 11 plays, 75 yards, 5 minutes, 32 seconds.
High snap again.
Sorry, have my head down. Might take it.
If Robertson weren't very quick there, that ball was headed for Rentham. And he leapt, caught the snap, handed it off, I believe, to Cronin, and he barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. By the way, North center, Kelsey, he had a bunch of high snaps against Attleboro on Thanksgiving Day, doing a much better job today at that. Back to pass, nice Robertson.
Out and up.
Yep, throwing downfield, perfect coverage. Intended receiver was number 30, James Duty.
He ran an out and up, and
that was Wells on the coverage.
Well, Wells just did a perfect job. He didn't bite.
And on Thanksgiving morning, it was Wells on a 4th down pass. Ended Attleboro's last threat and North's 14-6 victory with a play just like that.
Very similar. Very similar.
So it's 3rd and 10 suddenly for the Magicians. Just inside their own 45.
No, North Attleboro's 45.
Thank you.
Big blitz.
Oh, number 65, Keyshawn Wise. DiMatteo there as well, sack for Wise. Keyshawn Wise, one of the defensive tackles, along with Zach Gallagher, Leary, and Vatcher, the defensive ends. Wow.
And now you've got 4th down, 17 yards to go from their 47-yard line. Who's deep back there? Is that Bannon? No, number 2.
That's Schultz.
Schultz. He's only been doing it for 4 years. Nice
end
kick.
Over end kick. Schultz at his own 17. Tries to get to the right edge. Nice job by the North blocker not to block in the back.
He's still going. He's out to the 32-yard line.
From his own 18 to the 32.
17-yard punt return. No, 15-yard punt return. Lost my head.
So North takes over 1st and 10. The game is tied at 7. 4:08 to go in the first half. Fast-moving first half. They'll start at their own 31.
Oh, 31-yard line. All right, it's a 14-yard return. It's just so good to see a kid catch a punt in the air.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I hate about night football, you never hear it said, but I'll say it all the time. With a dark brown football, guys don't want to catch it at night. And I watched 3 games yesterday, saw 1 punt caught the whole.
Wow.
In 3 games, 1 punt caught.
Fake the jet sweep, give to DiMatteo up front, I believe. The right guard lock pull. DiMatteo moves from his own 31 to his own 36, 2nd and 5.
It's a long 5.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a long 5. I've got to get, I'm
Can you say that, Mike? I don't hear that often.
73 years old, and I still find myself watching the backfield when I should be watching the line. There's 2 men pulling.
Right, 2 men pulling from the left, the guard and the tackle. DiMatteo again up the middle. Nope, that's a lie. That's a darn lie. That was Bannon. Gets just across the 40-yard line.
Gain of 4.
So it'll be 3rd down, 1 yard to go for the Red Rocketeers, their own 40-yard line. We're tied at 7. Approaching 3:10 to go, first half. Bannon comes out looking at his left elbow.
Both of these teams have a lot of guys going both ways.
Yeah. 59 and 77, the defensive tackles. That's Adriano and Fitzgerald. DiMatteo tries to get to the edge, barely gets the first down.
Percy can't believe he missed him, but good players sometimes don't make the play.
Cronin in on there in the tackle, along with number 19, James Galante, at least the 3rd time we've called his name. New set of downs for the Red Rocketeers.
9 carries for 46 yards, 4 first downs, and a touchdown for DiMatteo. Clock is running, 2:37 to go here in the second. Both teams have all 3 of their timeouts. You get each half for NFIS rules.
North 66 yards away from the Marblehead end zone. Heading left to right, throw over the middle late. Mudley with the catch. Jack Mudley at the 40-yard line of the Magicians.
And there's a double fake They had a blitz coming up the A-gap. They picked it up, and the quarterback got whacked as he threw that ball. He was hit by Percy. Of course, Percy would have been the inside linebacker covering Munley.
Yep.
And Munley picks up, what, 14 yards?
Yes. From his own 44, yes, to the plus 40.
16 yards. Great action.
Jack.
Four great play-action passes by North Attleboro.
Jack Munley, just a junior. But I know Mike Strachan on Thanksgiving Day and the Billerica head coach lamented in their games against North, couldn't get any pressure on the freshman Frizzoli, the passer. Down the left sideline, Schultz is out there, has to wait for the ball, makes the catch, ripped to the turf by Galante, but they are at the 7-yard line of the Magicians.
And that was Schultz who caught that?
Schultz, yes, number 2.
And once again, it's off play action, great fake, and then Bannon picks up the blitzer after he took the fake. Nobody near the quarterback. If he threw the ball out a little further, it would have been an easy touchdown. Nice tackle by number 19, James Galante.
But to finish the earlier point, the North offensive line doing a great job protecting the freshman quarterback, letting him set his feet. Bannon runs left, bounces off tackles, spins inside.
Gets 3 yards.
From the 7 to the 4.
I've got him for 7 carries and 34 yards. Couple of subs checking back in. Number 27 checks back in, Aiden Conrad.
Yep.
And he's I guess you would call him a blocking back receiver.
Yeah, when they're spread formation, those are slots.
Yes.
In this formation, the power pistol, they're more like dueling fullbacks.
I just love to see backs block.
Yes. Which is why you love the wing T. DiMatteo breaks tackles at the line of scrimmage. DiMatteo's in the end zone.
That's an inside counter where the 2 other backs go to the right and they fill for the 2 linemen on the right pulling. DiMatteo goes back to the left, and that's a 4-yard counter for the touchdown.
That is counting Thanksgiving Day game. That is DiMatteo's 16th postseason touchdown, twice as many as he scored in the regular season. Well, 13-7, yep.
Now it's just beautiful, old-fashioned football. They're doing it out of a shotgun, but it's power football, and they're down blocking and kicking out, which is all last century. They don't have to hold anybody, which is 21st century football. Great drive.
Snap by Tyler Bannon, hold by Wells, PAT by DiMatteo was good. He scored all 14 points for the Red Rocketeers. It is 14-7, just 42 seconds to go in the half.
And this is what we expected of Donnybrook. And even those, and believe me, this game's a long way from over.
Yes.
This is anybody's ball game. But I don't think Marblehead has faced a kind of team that will just run right at you.
Yep.
And now, instead of your defensive backs just being able to cover people, they keep getting caught up by these good inside fakes to these 2 running backs who have 84 yards between them.
Yep.
And now they're 5 for 5 throwing with this freshman quarterback for 88 yards.
Wow.
And 5 for 6 for 88 yards and 5 first downs. You heard me say in our previous conversations, you got a freshman quarterback versus one of the best senior quarterbacks around.
Yep.
And it's just great football.
Hey, Michael.
Yes, we got to catch up on some ads.
Yes, during the regular season we can blab after touchdowns, but here in the Division I championship game, we're going to run some commercials.
All right. I apologize again.
DiMatteo kicks off right to left, fielded at his own 7-yard line. This is Cronin. He's across his 20. Nice. Berthume in the special teams tackle along with, looks like number 18, Perriello. But Mike, he returned that from his own 7 to his own 26-yard
line. It's a 19-yard return. And by the way, Berthume, number 44, was getting pushed in the back. They're very fortunate they didn't get a penalty call on that. 19-yard return.
Yep. So they'll start at their own 26.
North gets the ball to start the second half. I mean, that risk that Marblehead took, taking the ball and then on 3rd down and 1 from the 4-yard line, not going for just picking up the first down, might have long-term.
Fake the jet sweep. Quarterback Robertson up the middle, shedding some tackles. He's going to be taken down at his own 39-yard line. Timeout with 29 seconds to go. With that timeout, we'll take a timeout. 14-7 North.
The Eaglebrook Saloon in Norfolk brings the look of the Wild West, a full menu and a family-friendly setting convenient to Gillette Stadium, Patriot Place, and the Rentham outlets. An experience not often found in this neck of the woods. Partner, a tip of the hat to KP and all of the title contenders from Chuck Horn, Ellen, and everyone at the Eaglebrook Saloon. All hail the spirit of Russ Francis. EaglebrookSaloon.com. Aitchin's Garage is now celebrating more than 100 years of service to the North Attleboro area. Aitchin's provides 24-hour friendly towing and roadside assistance to get you back on the move. From lockouts to blowouts to dead batteries, they're your local AAA representative. Take care of your Massachusetts state inspections without taking up a big chunk of your day. Aitchin's Garage, proudly celebrating more than 100 years of service to the area and congratulating all of tonight's teams.
Welcome back. Just 29 seconds to go. Marblehead at their own 34-yard line after the 9-yard run by senior quarterback Josh Robertson, who's thrown for 59 touchdowns in his high school career and can also pick him up and put him down. Big rush! Hit from behind by Chamberlain Guthrie, just a sophomore, and it's the second sack of the game for the Big Red. Vasher there as well.
And they're just going to let they caught taking a timeout. Once again, you talk about a team with confidence. That's an 8-yard loss. Another sack. Who was what?
Who made that? Was that 65 in the sack?
It was 65.
Oh, 35. I'm sorry.
35.
35 is Caden Leary.
He's junior.
And Mike read a lot of stuff about North Attleboro preparing at the beginning of the playoffs. Didn't read a word about Caden Leary anywhere, and he has been a revelation for Coach Don Johnson and his defense this entire postseason run.
Well, that's his second big sack. And by the way, the nose, Kaysen Wise, 5'11", 256.
Yep.
He is really giving the center from Marblehead all he can handle.
And Keyshawn Wise and Jared Vatcher, the only seniors.
Really?
I'm sorry. Jaden Kelsey, the center, is also a senior, but he's a first-year starter. And was that a penalty?
No, that was the timeout.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now with 17 seconds to go, trailing North 14-7, Marblehead gets ready to hike the ball on a 3rd and 8. Back to pass. Robertson steps up, goes deep. Cronin's out there. Cronin makes the catch. Cronin breaks away. Cronin into the end zone. Oh my gosh, what a touchdown! Line of scrimmage was the 27-yard line. 73-yard touchdown. There are just 5 seconds left in the first half. My gosh, what a play.
What an incredible, perfectly thrown ball into double coverage.
Yes.
And Cronin just ran by the safety and the corner, and then they both missed him.
Yep.
And then he cut back, and then he made a final lunge into the end zone. Incredible play. I didn't think the quarterback could throw it that far.
Mike, because you're my big brother and I love you, I'm not going to mention that you thought Marblehead was going to let the clock run out after the sack.
I did.
Flags are down on the PAT attempt by Eli Feingold, the hero of Thanksgiving Day, with a game-winning field goal over Swampscott with just 3 seconds left. Swampscott, by the way, won the Division V state title.
That's 2 touchdowns within 37 seconds. That's an illegal procedure penalty on the extra point. Somebody moved.
That's right.
This kid Cronin, he's fantastic.
Yeah. Just a junior.
But he's tall and rangy. He's at least 6'2", and I think he's the fastest guy in the field.
25-yard attempt for the PAT through the skinny pro goalpost. Feingold nails it. We are tied at 14 all with just 5 seconds to go in the half. So that is, we'll be right back after this on WARA.
This broadcast of the MIAA Division 1, 2, and 3 Super Bowls is made possible thanks to Mark Perryman and the entire staff at Patriot Subaru, 551 Washington Street in North Attleboro. Patriot Subaru is proud to support the Red Rocketeers, KP, and all of the teams competing for a championship with a love of the game See how I work that in there? For more information, visit Patriot Subaru of NA.com. Subaru sales and service in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and beyond. Love, it's what makes a champion a champion. Is that how it goes?
Something like that. Michael, a 73-yard, 31-second, three-play scoring drive.
Well, if you look at the last three drives, or the last three touchdowns, they were scored within 6 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
And once again, Marblehead, they had an incredibly good chance to score another touchdown
That's
earlier.
right. Their opening drive, they went from their own 35 to the North Attleboro 4-yard line before two incompletions on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1.
34 with a low bullet kick. Oh, he caught that in the air.
Fielded at his own 6-yard line. I don't think this is Schultz. This is number 4, Danny Curran, one of their top defensive backs. Curran moves from his own 6 to his own 29, and that will end the first half of play.
Well, this Marblehead team is a championship team. I don't know enough about Marblehead, even though I lived there from when I was 3 to when I was 6, almost 7, on Sapphire Avenue. But I don't know their complete football history, but I don't know if they put out a better team than this. This right here, once again, he wrestled the ball away, Cronin.
He's talking about Cronin on his touchdown reception.
And Schultz didn't look back quick enough because he didn't realize Cronin was that fast.
Yeah.
That ball had to be thrown 50 yards right on the money. And then as Schultz did reach in there, Cronin just ripped it away.
Yep.
Then he came to a jump stop, went back inside him, fought off the corner's tackle into the end zone for one of the most remarkable touchdown catches. And this isn't one of those Hail Marys.
No.
This is just a great play. And you're right. I said I probably would have just gone to the locker room.
So, well, you know, John Madden became famous for saying that once.
Yes.
Way back in 2002, before Tom Brady's first Super Bowl victory.
He kept throwing those short screen passes to the kid from Arizona State who never did another thing.
Is that Redmond?
Yes, Redmond.
Yes.
Thank you much.
All right. All right, it is 14-14 at the half. Wow. So early, well, you know what? We're going to take a break. We'll come back on the other side and summarize first half action. 14-all at Gillette Stadium for the Division III State Championship.
This broadcast of the MIAA Division I, II, and III Super Bowls is made possible thanks to Mark Perryman and the entire staff at Patriot Subaru, 551 Washington Street in North Attleboro. Patriot Subaru is proud to support the Red Rocketeers, KP, and all of the teams competing for a championship with a love of the game. See how I work that in there? For more information, visit Patriot Subaru of NA.com. Subaru sales and service in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and beyond. Love, it's what makes a champion a champion. Is that how it goes? College football was introduced in 1869. 4 years later, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley and Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane and services your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs.
Very briefly, right before we went on the air, I got a call from Christine over at the Gavel Public House. We had been playing phone tag for the past 3 days. She was calling to see if it was not too late to get in as one of our underwriters.
All right,
for
Christine.
This broadcast. So the Gavel Public House right there in downtown Rentham. As you walk in and walk to the end of the bar, you know what you see? Two big King Philip State Championship high school football banners.
They ought to show the 2 losses, too. They ought to, because they've been there 4 times.
Yeah.
And just getting to the state championship,
Yes.
coming out of the Hockomock, I mean, that's pretty hard.
So the Gavel Public House right there in downtown Rentham. We want to thank them as well for signing on to help underwrite these broadcasts.
Rentham Cooperative Bank, established in 1901, 4 years before the forward pass was introduced to football, is a full-service Massachusetts-chartered cooperative bank with no stockholders, helping us make this broadcast possible. Personal loans, mortgages, and all of the modern banking services you'd expect. Congratulations to all of the teams, especially KP from Rentham Cooperative Bank. Find out more at renthamcoop.com. Thank you to Jeff Schweitzer of Northeast Financial Strategies for helping us broadcast the MIAA Division 1, 2, and 3 Super Bowl championship games. Located in Wrentham since 2010, committed to the community, Jeff provides financial strategies that fit your needs. You can contact Jeff and talk about football or finance at 800-560-4637. That's 800-560-4637 or nfsnet.com. Good luck to all of the teams competing for the crown from Jeff Schweitzer and Northeast Financial Strategies. The Eaglebrook Saloon in Norfolk brings the look of the Wild West, a full menu and a family-friendly setting convenient to Gillette Stadium, Patriot Place, and the Wrentham outlets. An experience not often found in this neck of the woods. Partner, a tip of the hat to KP and all of the title contenders from Chuck Horn, Ellen, and everyone at the Eaglebrook Saloon. All hail the spirit of Russ Francis. EaglebrookSaloon.com. Aitchin's Garage is now celebrating more than 100 years of service to the North Attleboro area. Aitchin's provides 24-hour friendly towing and roadside assistance to get you back on the move. From lockouts to blowouts to dead batteries, they're your local AAA representative. Take care of your Massachusetts state inspections without taking up a big chunk of your day. Aitchin's Garage, proudly celebrating more than 100 years of service to the area and congratulating all of tonight's teams.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. I'm Paul Healy along with big brother Michael Healy. Peter Bray running our graphics, Austin Ricketts and James Friedman on camera. Jim Jones, the ever-patient Jim Jones, Mike, he has to deal with us, the engineer in charge. Marblehead got the ball first after a 24-yard return from Cronin. Boy, Cronin with a 24-yard return to start the game. Wasn't that a signal?
It certainly was. Yes.
Yeah. But they drove from their own 35-yard line all the way to the north 4-yard line. And then on 3rd down and 1 and 4th down and 1, passes were broken up by Nathan Schultz in the end zone to keep the game scoreless.
And once again, you heard me say it before, I love athletic arrogance.
Yep.
But them deciding to take the ball to the first place, and then on 3rd and goal, or 3rd and 1 from the 4, not getting the first down for sure. I just thought they might cost them the game.
The big play on that drive was a 25-yard completion from Robertson to number 14, Shane Kehoe-Jester Jr. North got the ball back, drove from their own 4-yard line, and were finally forced to punt from their own 34. Off the side, it was a shank punt actually by Bannon, which you don't see much. Marblehead took over at the 45-yard line of North. Thank you, Jim. And they drove 10 plays to drive 55 yards. They overcame a loss of 9 on a high snap to Robertson. On a 29-yard field goal attempt, North jumped offside. That made it 4th and 4 on the 7. Coach Rudloff brought the regular offense back onto the field, and a touchdown pass from Robertson to Cronin, the 60th of his career, from 7 yards out. PAT was good, 7-0.
And once again, it was a 4th and goal play where it was a beautifully executed swing pass out of the backfield. The slot receiver, Cronin, he turned and looked over his outside shoulder, which brought the defensive back up, and then he burst by him, and the defensive back was still right there. And Robertson just dropped a teardrop right over the top, and he caught the ball almost falling out of the side of the end zone. Just a beautiful play.
North came back with an 11-play, 5.5-minute, 75-yard drive. Tyler DiMatteo scored from 5 yards out for the touchdown. A 14-yard run by Bannon on that drive. Completion to Bannon on that drive from Frizzoli, followed by an 11-yard completion to Aiden Conrad on that drive. That made it 7-7 after the PAT was good. Marblehead was forced to punt after one first down. North then drove 7 plays, 69 yards in a little over 3 minutes. A 16-yard pass to Jack Munley, a 33-yard pass to Nathan Schultz, and another 4-yard Tyler DiMatteo touchdown run, giving him 24
4 on the year.
4 touchdowns on the year. PAT was good. And that left only 36 seconds in the first half. A 9-yard run by Robertson on first down. Excuse me, hold on there. I got my nose screwed up.
And then the 8-yard sack.
Yes, the 8-yard sack.
And then me saying they should just let the clock run out.
But instead, they went deep to Cronin, and that worked out for a 73-yard touchdown pass. PAT was good. We're tied at 14.
And that's not one of those things where the quarterback's reading. When you're third in a million.
Yep.
How many times? And when I used to coach, had the privilege of doing so. We always wanted to make sure we had a quarterback who understood. You want somebody to catch a bomb on 3rd and long.
Yeah.
And if the other team catches the bomb, just tackle him. You can't punt it that far anyway.
Right.
And it was perfectly thrown in between 2 defenders.
Yep.
And I thought Nathan Schultz might have come up with the interception. Cronin had both hands on it, ripped it away, and he just did a serpentine move into the end zone. And one of the greatest pass and catch things you can imagine.
Mike, normally I keep a running log of every play. You do all your stats. We're at Gillette Stadium. They just handed a stat sheet to us. How'd you do? How'd you match up?
I was pretty close. I had North Attleboro for 173 yards total. They did 24 plays. I had, let me see, what did they have for Marblehead? 177, and I had 176 on 25 plays. I had Marblehead for 6 first downs. I was right.
Yep.
I had
10 for North.
For North. And how many penalties did we have in the first half, Paul?
North jumped offside once, and there was an illegal procedure.
On a kick.
Yes, for Marblehead, 2 penalties.
And if that doesn't show superbly coached high school football players, I don't know what does.
Well, if you watched North on Thanksgiving Day, I think North and Attleboro in the 3rd quarter combined for 10 penalties.
Oh, I saw that. That was painful.
Yes, they've cleaned it up quite a bit.
Yes, that was like Jack Nicholson in terms of endearment. After he being asked if he'd like to go home with Shirley McLean, he said, "I'd rather stick needles in my eyes." That's what it was like watching that 3rd quarter.
DiMatteo for North had 54 yards on 11 rushes. Bannon 30 yards on 6 rushes. DiMatteo scored both touchdowns. Percy 33 yards on 5 carries for Marblehead. Robertson, because of the sack, technically 5 carries minus 11 yards, 2 sacks. Cronin 4 carries, 19 yards. Cronin, Michael, 7 catches, 136 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's a junior. He's at least 6'2", because he looks taller than, and Attleboro's got some good range of kids back there. And he's got to be 180. And he's just a wonderful-looking football player.
We'll be right back after this on WARA 1320 AM and WARAradio.com.
This broadcast of the MIAA Division I, II, and III Super Bowls is made possible thanks to Mark Perryman and the entire staff at Patriot Subaru, 551 Washington Street in North Attleboro. Patriot Subaru is proud to support the Red Rocketeers, KP, and all of the teams competing for a championship with a love of the game. See how I work that in there? For more information, visit Patriot Subaru of NA.com. Subaru sales and service in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and beyond. Love, it's what makes a champion a champion. Is that how it goes?
We also want to thank Christine over at the Gavel Public House right there in downtown Rentham. Full menu. Great place to come and meet to get a quick, easy meal or a elaborate meal with your friends. You can talk about KP
libation.
You might, Mike, but we don't mention the libation half of the restaurants during high school broadcasts.
Oh.
Ixnay on the libation leg.
Okay. Well, there's soft drinks and water and seltzer water and all sorts of non-alcoholic libations.
We'll be right back. Anyway, the point is the Gavel Public House, downtown Rentham.
College football was introduced in 1869. 4 years later, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley and Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane and services your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs. Rentham Cooperative Bank, established in 1901, 4 years before the forward pass was introduced to football, is a full-service Massachusetts-chartered cooperative bank with no stockholders, helping us make this broadcast possible. Personal loans, mortgages, and all of the modern banking services you'd expect. Congratulations to all of the teams, especially KP from Rentham Cooperative Bank. Find out more at renthamcoop.com. Thank you to Jeff Schweitzer of Northeast Financial Strategies for helping us broadcast the MIAA Division I, II, and III Super Bowl championship games. Located in Rentham since 2010, committed to the community, Jeff provides financial strategies that fit your needs. You can contact Jeff and talk about football or finance at 800-560-4637. That's 800-560-4637 or nfsnet.com. Good luck to all of the teams competing for the crown from Jeff Schweitzer and Northeast Financial Strategies.
Also want to thank the Eagle Brook Saloon. Is that Route 114 in Norfolk?
Yes.
Great place. Original owners, Russ Francis back in the day, Chuck and Ellen Horn running it now, and Aitchin's Garage. If you're a North Attleboro sports fan, trust me, you're familiar with Aitchin's Garage. They've underwritten, sponsored all kinds of North Attleboro sporting events on North TV, WARA radio. Any opportunity Aitchin's has to help out local sports, they've done it. Michael.
Well, I just think this has been a tremendous football game. If I'm going to be technical as a coach, when you're in a Hail Mary situation, everybody knows normally you're in a 3-deep zone, and the 3-deep guys aren't supposed to let anybody get behind them. But what happens when you're out there in the battle and there's somebody that you're playing against who's just a little faster than you thought, the next thing you know, I mean, that's probably the most critical mistake that North Attleboro is ever going to have to deal with. And they got to bounce back.
Yeah, in North Attleboro's first-round playoff win against Plymouth North, Plymouth runs a zone read. And and they got the ball first, drove about 70 yards down the field and scored. And John Johnson talked about you can't mimic their speed with your scout team in practice. And after that, the teams adjusted, they got used to it, and they went on to a big blowout win in that game.
I don't know where he caught that ball, but the line of scrimmage was the 27. And he threw the ball from his front foot hit just inside the 20. And I think the ball was caught on about the 30. I think he might have thrown the ball 60 yards.
Wow.
It was an incredible throw.
Kicking off left to right for Marblehead. The game is tied at 14. I believe this is Greg Matorney. Line drive kick. Caught over his head. Dropped, picked up by Curran. Curran goes from his own 5. He's already across the 20. Breaks a tackle across the 30, the 35. Forced out of bounds. Nice return for Danny Curran. That's the old drop it, pick it up, and run trick, Mike.
Where'd he catch it, on the 5, 6-yard line? About the
6-yard line.
Yeah, it's a 34-yard return, and it's actually, are they marching something back? They are. What's going on? What happened? Oh, that hurt.
I believe that was a block in the back.
Yeah, block in the back.
So North, instead of starting close to midfield, actually close to the 40. Wow, Michael, they're back to their own 11-yard line. 1st and 10, we're tied at 14. Just under 24 minutes to go in regulation.
Boy, oh boy, that is well, that's a 29-yard penalty.
Yep, Bannon comes off the field, Mike, so North breaks from that power pistol formation to one of their more traditional looks. Right wing comes in motion, serves as a running back, lowers his shoulder. That's DiMatteo with a huge collision. Again, DiMatteo came in as quarterback on Thanksgiving Day as a freshman. Started there as sophomore and junior year. Broke his hand in the final regular season game against Foxborough. And then against Attleboro on Thanksgiving, switched to running back.
That's right.
And Frizzoli was so good, Chase Frizzoli, the freshman, that they kept Tyler DiMatteo there. And the rain is falling now at Gillette Stadium. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's not falling very hard, fans. It's dripping. Okay.
We're in the press box, Mike. We can't.
Yes. You're right about that, but I don't think it's going to cause any problems.
They're out at the 15. Fake to Bannon on a jet sweep, going up the right sideline. High arcing throw by Frizzoli. Incomplete to Schultz on the coverage. I believe that's number 6, Andy Palmer. Third and 6.
Coverage. Very good coverage. They did the nice fake inside. He ran an out-and-up pattern. Marblehead didn't bite. They've got North Attleboro backed up here again on their 15-yard line on 3rd and 6, and that pass caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to go right at him, just try to dig out of here. But
I think Don Johnson was, or Paul Sullivan's the offensive coordinator, thinking, okay, they might creep up, put more men in the box to try to stop our power run game. Let's try to pop one.
Well, they got a guy right in the nose right now, so they're in a 50 kind of look.
Fake.
Nice
the freshman Frizzoli is back. He wants to go deep to Schultz. Now looks underneath it. Pass is picked off by Liam McElroy. He'll be taken down by Jack Munley, but it's Marblehead ball just outside the North 20-yard line.
So he returned that ball about 10 yards.
Yes. And it looked like
they were in a zone.
Yep.
He didn't see in the zone. He was hitting the crossing pattern coming across the field. And the outside linebacker on the right side had nobody there, and he just dropped into it, never saw him.
Wow.
And he made a real nice return. Got a nice 10-yard return.
And just looking at the replay, I could be wrong. I think that was for Frizzoli's 3rd read before he threw that ball. Rare for a freshman.
Yes.
Marblehead. Robertson takes the snap. Blitz! Middle screen. Catch is made by Percy. Perfect call against the North blitz. It is a 20-14 Marblehead lead. Marblehead now has 2 touchdowns in the on their last
last 2 plays.
Wow.
And that was a perfectly executed middle screen. Like you said, on the blitz, they've been having trouble. It's just a great play call. And once again, because you can block the defender who's trying to cover the screener. It's one of those modern rules back when we played. If that would have been an illegal receiver downfield. But you can actually allow your lineman to go downfield to block, put a nice block on number 27, who's the only, because they're in man coverage, Aiden Conrad, and the next thing you know, they're in the end zone.
Mike, remember Shane Kehoe had a 33-yard reception for Marblehead in the first half?
Yes.
I think he's their long snapper. Feingold puts it through the uprights, 21-7 Marblehead. We'll be right back. 21-14, thank you, Marblehead. We'll be right back.
College football was introduced in 1869. 4 years later, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley & Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane and services your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs.
Mike, I'm a trained professional. You're getting there. What does the dead air mean?
Dead air means you forgot to do an ad. We're going to get back. By the way,
we're back.
North Attleboro, you talk about a brutal penalty. That block in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Put them back from the 40-yard line, back on their 11. That means the block in the back happened on the 21.
Wow.
And that set up everything that went wrong for North Attleboro. Some crucial mistakes here in the last few minutes. 14 quick points for the Magicians.
Matorney booms it left to right. Bobbled by Schultz. Gathers it in at the 2-yard line. Excuse me, that's Curran. Hemmed in around the 10. Taken down by 23 different members of the Marblehead Magician football team, led by number 26, Aiden Tardy. Mike, how'd they sneak 23 guys on there?
I'm not sure, but he's on that kick that deep.
Yeah, let it go.
Let it go. You get the ball on the 25. I know he's a good returner, and he got the ball on the 12-yard line, but that hurt. That was only an 8-yard return. And you are given the ball on the 25 if you just make the fair catch.
So Marblehead split up by halftime. They scored touchdowns on 2 consecutive plays from scrimmage. Here comes North. Tyler DiMatteo still trying to fight through tackles as he moves from his own 12-yard line to his own 17. It'll be 2nd and 5. And again, 2 tight ends, shotgun quarterback. a running back to either side of him, and then behind him, the tailback. That's DiMatteo. Mike calls it a reverse wishbone. I call it a power pistol.
I like power pistol better, too. But DiMatteo is, I just think on here, right, they've got to reestablish the running attack. Once again, that 4-4 defense being run by Marblehead, it's been susceptible inside.
Play action pass to the flat. Just out of the reach of number 27, Aiden Conrad. It'll be 3rd and 5. Yes, Mike, it looked like more of a 3-man or a 5-man front for Marblehead at some points, but they're sticking with that 4-4 lately.
And on that play right there, they had a corner blitz by number 33 for the right corner linebacker, Liam McElroy. And so they're in man coverage, really nice coverage, but I just don't understand the call. You had 2nd and 5,
yep.
And you want to get back to basics here. It's now it's a 3rd and 5 call, and and you're deep in your own territory.
DiMatteo, a shotgun snap to Frizzoli. They run DiMatteo off left tackle. Look at him drive those feet forward, but he's going to be just short.
No, you only get 3 yards.
Gets out to the 21-yard line. That'll make it 4th and a short 2.
Well, you can't go for it on the 21-yard line, but like I said, that 2nd down call, I just didn't understand.
Yeah. Well,
this, and by the way, this was not DiMatteo, it was Bannon.
Oh, thank you. The offensive line, Captain Vatcher, the left tackle, Wise, the left guard, the center is Kelsey, Locke, the right guard, Gallagher, the right tackle. Tight ends are Munley and Caden Leary, but now they're in punt formation with Bannon. Long snapper, Aiden Conrad.
The punt return is very deep.
End over end kick. One hop, caught on one hop. Oh, across the 50-yard line, started at his own 43. Who is that? That's James Galante.
Yes.
Knocked out of bounds at the 21 of North, started at his own 43.
So that right there is a 36-yard punt return. And Marblehead is showing why Marblehead is undefeated right now.
Yeah.
And a great punt return.
And with a 7-point lead, they are again just 21 yards from the north end zone.
And that was, he was fortunate. He got the good hop. The kick came up end over end. He was too deep, but he caught it on the run. And then once again, he burst out to the right side. Got 2 great blocks.
Yep. Bunch formation to the right. That's the short side. They toss that way. There's a huge hole. Cutting out, cutting in. Tackled by Berthume. But George Percy is all the way down to the 7 or 8 yard line. First and goal.
13-yard gain to the 8-yard line.
What a job on the right side of that line by Campbell and Pingree and Anisis, the center. Also number 18 over there as part of that bunch formation. That's Craig Michalowski. That's why he's one of the captains.
Well, once again, you've got a team here. They have 19 seniors in this team.
Wow.
And 2 of the very best players are juniors. This team is loaded, and they're playing great football.
So from the 21 to the 8.
Hope his man-to-man here because they're sending the trips across the way. Quarterback
Robertson,
he's going in.
A crossbuck as he faked to Percy going left. Quarterback ran right behind the left pulling guard Fitzgerald into the end zone from 8 yards out, and suddenly a 2-touchdown lead for the Magicians.
And it's very short drives.
Yeah.
But as a result of the interception, the result of the great punt return. By the way, this play was just perfectly executed.
Yes.
They've tried to do a few plays like that. Your inside linebacker, your backside linebacker is responsible for the quarterback on that.
Yeah.
And he took off. And there was just nobody left at home. They were playing man-to-man.
Snap by Keogh. Hold by Duty. PAT by Feingold is good. It is 28-14. Marblehead leads with 8:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. Wow. So Marblehead has scored 3 touchdowns on their last 4 snaps of the ball.
But they've also had in between that, they had a great punt return. I know we need to do an ad. We'll talk about it after the ad.
This broadcast of the MIAA Division I, II, and III Super Bowls is made possible thanks to Mark Perryman and the entire staff at Patriot Subaru, 551 Washington Street in North Attleboro. Patriot Subaru is proud to support the Red Rocketeers, KP, and all of the teams competing for a championship with a love of the game. See how I work that in there? For more information, visit Patriot Subaru of NA.com. Subaru sales and service in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and beyond. Love, it's what makes a champion a champion. Is that how it goes?
Mike, there's going to be a penalty assessed on the kickoff. So it looks like
sportsmanlike conduct
against North. Wow.
Well, that's bad composure.
28-14, and Marblehead will kick off from the North 45-yard line.
Great time to do an onside kick if you're going to do one.
Kickoff from the plus 45.
Just let it go.
Oh, out of the end zone in the air. Oh, flag down. What's that for? Although I will say this, Mike, when I'm benevolent czar,
yeah.
The kickoff goes out of bounds. That's a penalty.
Yes.
So why isn't a kickoff out of...
What did he say? Oh, he kicked it out of play. It's illegal procedure. So
wow. So I was going to ask, you kick it out of the end of the end zone, why isn't that out of bounds? Because in the pro level, it's not.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, it was just illegal procedure on offside. Geez, I guess they want to run it back. So now it's
kickoff from the 50.
Okay.
8:03 to go, third quarter. And again, no hash marks on the field. They expected the New England Revolution to have a home playoff game on Saturday, but the New York City Football Club
now this time,
knocked him off. From his own 5-yard line, Curran tries to run left, now tries to go back right.
Oh my goodness.
He's going to be taken down. Initial hit made by number 23, Eddie Johns. And my apologies, Magician fans, I didn't see who made the finishing blow, but North will start at their own 11-yard line, and Curran is limping off the field.
And once again, on that play, he really wanted to run it back. That ball was really scooting across the ground.
Yep.
You can let it go through and down in the end zone. You get it to the 25. But if you are going to pick it up and run it, these guys fly. You got to head straight north. And those two just North Attleboro in this, from the last play of the first half till this point, has done nothing but make mistakes.
Chase Rizzoli has trips to the right. They give to DiMatteo up the middle, trying to spread the Magician defense out now. DiMatteo moves from his own 11 to his own 15, gain of 4.
Well, he's got 14 carries for 67 yards. And I just think this is one of those plays where you really don't have DiMatteo's checks out, and I think
yep.
Bannon check back in. You know, go right at him again.
Yep.
Go right at him again. They've had a couple of, there's just been a series of mistakes from a coaching point of view and a playing point of view that have really hurt them.
Again, a bunch right formation, back to pass, little button hook on the left by Wells, makes the catch, taken down right away. That's number 19, another tackle, Gallant. It'll be 3rd and 4.
I mean, he only gained, 3 yards?
Yeah.
3rd and 3.
Okay.
If you're going to run that, don't you want to get beyond the first down marker?
Well, I think counting on Gavin Wells to break a tackle there. Gavin is 6'3", 165. So from their own 18-yard line now, 3rd down, 3 yards to go for North. This is a huge momentum play for the Red Rocketeers.
Yeah, DiMatteo went back in there, but he had a little bit of a hitch in his giddy-up.
2 tight ends, power pistol. Left back goes in motion right, power that way.
What
high
a pass.
Once again, Jack Munley, his second big first down catch of the game. Big play for North. Goes all the way out to their own 33-yard line.
14-yard gain. Is he out to the 33?
Yeah.
Yes, so that's actually, they were back on the
18.
15-yard gain. By the way, great throw.
Yes, great throw by
But he had to climb the ladder to go up and get it, and he did. And now North is out of the box.
Munley with 16-yard catches and 15-yard catches for first down. Mike, I was looking at my stats. What happened there?
They just had Tyler Bannon run right over right guard, cut it back to left guard, and picked up 4 yards.
Running behind the offensive line, left to right, Thatcher, Wise, Kelsey, Locke, and Gallagher. The tight ends are Jack Munley and Caden Leary.
That completion was so important for so many reasons. But just to get relaxed again.
Yes.
I mean, to just have everything fall apart where you think you're going to get the ball leading 14-7, and when the smoke clears and it's only 5 minutes later, you're behind 28-14.
Yeah.
I've never seen a game turn it any more quickly.
Back to pass. Throw into the left flat. There is the catch by Schultz. Breaks a tackle, has a first down. Gallant on another tackle, by the way. First down, Bombardiers, and now Schultz gets up limping.
You know, he got a nice shoestring tackle there on that. He turned it back inside. Beautiful throw. This kid is a freshman. We've had some great quarterbacks in North Attleboro. Yep. He's just the next one.
Peterson, who went out. Did he go out to Williams or Amherst? Was the last one, led him to the 2017 Super Bowl, a 35-33 loss to St. John's. What the heck were they doing in Division III?
Thank you. And then they had the 2 Dutch kids. One who became an Army veteran.
Yes.
Yes, the Vandy Huesens, 8-yard gain.
Oh, and DiMatteo gets up slow.
He's not up. He took a knee. He took a helmet to the knee by number 18. That's a good legal tackle. Craig Michalowski, captain.
Wow.
And it's a gain of 7. And that really hurt.
And DiMatteo's coming out, so he moves from his own 45 to the Marblehead 47. It'll be second down and 3 yards to go. Tough run by DiMatteo. What do you have DiMatteo now for yardage?
I've got him for 74 yards and 15 carries. That was a really nice tackle by the free safety, Michalowski. Is that his name?
7th play of the drive from the power pistol. Bannon runs left. Another tackle by number 18, Craig Michalowski.
Well, it's their free safeties coming up. They're just blowing them. I mean, it's another 8-yard gain. This is one of those situations. Yeah, gained 8 yards.
Yep.
So the ball's on the 40-yard line.
Yep.
And it's base blocking, too. And then they're running counter off to that. Their inside power game, I mean, it's been stopped on occasion, but just rare occasion. Yep. They really are stronger inside. They have to take advantage of that.
End over on the left. That's the short side, so an unbalanced line, and DiMatteo runs that way. Mike, go ahead. Tell him who made the tackle again.
Number 18 came up from the right free safety, and that's once again number 18 is Craig Michalowski. By the way, I've never seen 2 high school programs. They must have been done by English teachers because they have phonetic pronunciations.
On both, yes.
Make these things Healy-proof.
Okay, it'll be 2nd and 4.
We only got 6 there.
Yeah, who ran that?
That was
Bannon.
No, that was
DiMatteo.
DiMatteo back in.
Thank you.
80 yards on 16
and here's
carries.
Bannon as they're switching plays. Bannon breaking tackles. Moves from the
8 yards.
34-yard line to the 27.
This is just old-fashioned running off tackle. And by the way, this has been a super game and really hard-hitting game. And a lot of guys on both sides are playing both ways.
Yes.
That's why it's division, what is it?
3.
Division 3.
Yep.
Because they're smaller schools, and you take a pounding when you're going 48 minutes both ways.
So an extra lineman on the left side.
Nice tackle by Cronin.
Takes down DiMatteo in the backfield. So do they have Thatcher trying to see if that's a tight end and a split end or an end over on the left side? Or sorry, Michael, lost my momentum there.
No, that's okay. And we got a timeout. Marblehead timeout. Wow.
So when we come back, it'll be the 11th play of the drive. North will be facing a 2nd and 10 at the Marblehead 27, trailing 28-14.
Thank you to Jeff Schweitzer of Northeast Financial Strategies for helping us broadcast the MIAA Division I, II, and III Super Bowl championship games. Located in Rentham since 2010, committed to the community, Jeff provides financial strategies that fit your needs. You can contact Jeff and talk about football or finance at 800-560-4637. That's 800-560-4637 or nfsnet.com. Good luck to all of the teams competing competing for the crown from Jeff Schweitzer and Northeast Financial Strategies.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. I'm Paul Healy with big brother Michael Healy, MVP of Westboro High in 1965.
Prehistoric times, fans. Prehistoric.
Co-captain at URI in 1969.
Prehistoric times.
I still think, Mike, you should have made the Tangerine Bowl in your sophomore year, 1967. That dog Greg Landry, who went on to play for the Lions, got your way.
He was the first quarterback taken in the draft that year.
Wow.
And in his second year in the pros, he rushed for 10 touchdowns, and he started for 10 years for the Lions.
Yep.
And we don't hear enough about the great players that Massachusetts has put out over the years.
Also, who was the tight end of that team who made the...
No, Milt Morin became an all-pro tight end. He was the year before me.
Okay.
Thank goodness I didn't have to play against him.
2nd and 10 for North.
Bootleg.
They fake. Frizzoli again with time. Right flat. Catch by Schultz. Knocked out of bounds.
Did he get the first?
By Gallant. It's going to be close. They're marking this. The original line of scrimmage was the 27. They're marking it at the 18. It's 3rd and 1. That was to Schultz for 9.
Once again, really good reception. This freshman, he reminds me when I was coaching at Westboro, our freshman quarterback, Mike Power. I don't want to put a jinx on the kid, but Mike Power ended up
at BC.
And he started at Southern Cal and Notre Dame and Tennessee and Georgia Tech. I mean, this kid's a good young quarterback.
They give to DiMatteo running left. Oh, another hard low tackle by Gallant, but Tyler DiMatteo's got the first down.
He's down.
Again, getting up slowly. Wow. Moves from the 18 to the 14. 4-yard gain for the big first down.
He's still down. I think he's cramping. I hope it's not. I hope it's cramps. Oh, he's holding his head. That's DiMatteo down.
Yes.
That was a very short tackle once again.
Wow.
But that was 19. Galante made that tackle.
Yes.
This is a very well coached. Both teams are very well coached. Obviously, there's been some mistakes made early in the second half by North, which has really put them in trouble.
Yep.
But
wow.
DiMatteo just got 4 yards there?
Yes, from the 18 to the 14. DiMatteo is down. We're going to take a break in a second. This drive started with 7:45 to go in the third quarter. There's only 2:06 left. When we come back, it'll be the 13th play of a drive that started at their own 11-yard line. They're now at the Magician 14. Oh, that's Vatcher who's down.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh, Vatcher. He is
my goodness.
Left tackle on offense, defensive end on defense. He's a captain. Other than that, he doesn't do much for the team.
He's 6'2", and he's 230, and he's as good an all-around lineman as you're going to find. And that really, really hurt. They ran that play right over him, and he's trying to walk it off.
Wow.
And he's got a significant limp.
So I'm trying to see who's in a tackle there. 60, might be Andrew Burns. No, that's number 60 in a tackle, Lucas Matson, a sophomore, 5'10", 190.
9-yard gain off right tackle by Bannon. Just a power play again. He spun and twisted his way down. Bannon's now got 60 yards on 12 carries. So they got 144 yards on 30 carries from their tailbacks. Number 60 is in at left tackle.
Yeah, 5'10", 190. That's Lucas Matson, a sophomore.
He's normally a guard.
Wow. Where are we here? From the 6-yard line into the end zone. Tyler Bannon barreling his way through as they run right. Behind Gallagher, Locke, the center, Kelsey. And it's 28-20 in favor of the Magicians. Just 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Is that Bannon or DiMatteo?
That was Bannon.
From 9 yards out.
This is a great football game. Just a great game.
Bannon goes from scoring the touchdown to long snapper.
Now
the kick is no good, but a flag is down. I think that's going to be running into the kicker. And again, that kick would have been good in high school goalposts, but these are 6 feet thinner.
And that you're exactly right, Paul. And you know, every year when I complain about playing on a professional football field. We don't need to have a professional football field to validate the work of these kids. We got college football programs all over the state. And if I, to use your term, if I were the benevolent czar,
yes.
all of these tournament games would be played at the sites of the public colleges in Massachusetts.
Having said that, for the last 14 years,
yes,
boy, have the Crafts done a great job.
They certainly have.
So
there's no question.
It's just running into, not the personal foul, just a half the distance to the goal. So now they'll try a second attempt at the PAT.
Boy, it's a nice break for Attleboro, North Attleboro, but once again, that would have been a good kick in a regular high school or regular college field.
And DiMatteo makes the PAT. So it is now Marblehead 28, North Attleboro 21, with just 1:20 to go in the third quarter.
13:20 to go in the game. 13:20. WARA?
Yes.
Thank you.
The Eaglebrook Saloon in Norfolk brings the look of the Wild West, a full menu and a family-friendly setting convenient to Gillette Stadium, Patriot Place, and the Rentham outlets. An experience not often found in this neck of the woods. Partner, a tip of the hat to KP and all of the title contenders from Chuck Horn, Ellen, and everyone at the Eaglebrook Saloon. All hail the spirit of Russ Francis. EaglebrookSaloon.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. Marblehead 28, North 21. A 14-play, 89-yard drive that consumed about 6.5 minutes.
That was a drive of a lifetime for these North Attleboro kids.
Yep.
They don't make that drive, this game is just out of control.
DiMatteo kicking off right to left.
Good kick, down to the 5.
Fielded
Here
at
comes Cronin.
Across the 20, cuts back inside, dives towards the 28-yard line. Late flag is in. Berthium for North saying, hey. Oh, you saw it. All right.
Yes. Well, by the way, number 62, who I think they called the block from behind on.
Yep.
I think that's the second time he's done it. Remember I said earlier when he made a tackle.
So now, who's going to play defensive end instead of Vasher? Munley's out there. So it looks like Jack Munley, a starter on offense at tight end, is going to come in for the injured Jared Vasher and play defensive end on the left side. All right. So Marblehead was where?
They're at their own 14. Screen.
18.
Great tackle by 44. Once again, that middle screen, I just don't understand how it can be legal for offensive linemen to get downfield sometimes and not on others. And it's very hard to cover a man when your offensive lineman's blocking you. It's a great play. So 8-yard gain for Percy on that screen, middle screen.
Ball's at the 25 now, so I think you're right. That drive started closer to the 17. Again, no hash marks on the field. Second and a short 3. Fake the pitch, play action pass, post pattern. No, it's Cronin. And bouncing off a tackle, taken down, I believe, by Rivera.
30-yard gain.
Into North territory. And again, that quarterback, that was his second read, Michael.
No, that was his first read. He's running. He did a fake toss to the left. He was going to Cronin all the way.
You know, Dave Angel, who's going to be editing and adding the video to this broadcast later on, he's always said, you guys correct each other a lot. Well, Dave, we're brothers, for crying out loud. If a brother can't tell me I'm wrong, who can?
And there was 4 of us.
Right. 7 kids overall. That will end the third quarter of play. What a great game. Marblehead 28, North 21. When we get back, it'll be 1st and 10, Magicians at the North 45.
That's the third time now where Cronin's made a big yardage after a catch when the defensive back didn't wrap up and try to hit him with a shoulder block.
Wow.
Make a tackle correctly, guys. That's not the way you coached.
30-yard gain on that last pass to Cronin. We'll be right back.
Achin's Garage is now celebrating more than 100 years of service to the North Attleboro area. Achin's provides 24-hour friendly towing and roadside assistance to get you back on the move. From lockouts to blowouts to dead batteries, they're your local AAA representative. Take care of your Massachusetts state inspections without taking up a big chunk of your day. Achin's Garage, proudly celebrating more than 100 years of service to the area and congratulating all of tonight's teams. This broadcast of the MIAA Division I, II, and III Super Bowls is made possible thanks to Mark Perryman and the entire staff at Patriot Subaru, 551 Washington Street in North Attleboro. Patriot Subaru is proud to support the Red Rocketeers, KP, and all of the teams competing for a championship with a love of the game. See how I work that in there? For more information, visit Patriot Subaru of NA.com. Subaru sales and service in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and beyond. Love, it's what makes a champion a champion. Is that how it goes?
Paul Healy along with Michael Healy, James Friedman and Austin Ricketts, our cameramen getting wet. Peter Bray running the graphics. Jim Jones, the engineer in charge. Fourth quarter, Marblehead now moving right to left. They're at the north 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Rain is coming down at Gillette Stadium.
Yes, it is. It's raining a little bit harder now. There's no question about that. Anytime you see the umpire put a towel over the ball, this is not good. It doesn't seem to bother Josh Robertson, who is now he is 11 for 14 for 197 yards, 2 touchdowns. Is it 2 touchdowns or 3? 2 touchdowns. Actually, 3 touchdowns, and he ran for the 4th touchdown. So they're just a terrific team. They're giving North Attleboro all it can handle, and of course, North Attleboro is a good team too.
Delayed draw up the middle. Nice tackle by Bannon, but that's going to be a gain for Percy.
Bannon's really limping around out there. 5-yard gain for Percy.
5-yard gain makes it 2nd and 5. They're now at the 40-yard line.
Percy's had a great game. He's got 7 carries for 50 yards. He's caught. He had the 20-yard screen pass for a touchdown. He's caught 3 balls for 29 yards. He's just and he's an inside linebacker. Oh, great
bubble
tackle.
Screen. Robertson completes the pass. Who came screaming up there?
I think it's DiMatteo.
That was DiMatteo from his outside linebacker spot. Catch made by number 18, Michalowski, who's had a great defensive game.
Yes, and by the way, that's one of those things there where if DiMatteo doesn't make that play, he might be out the gate. That was a great diving shoestring tackle by one hand.
Loss of a yard, so it's 3rd and 6 at the 39 of North, heading right to left. Right slot comes in motion left, creating trips.
Quarterback.
Robertson fakes, tries to run up the middle. Berthume.
A-gap blitz.
The famous North Attleboro A-gap blitz. And that's a loss of 4 yards.
Yes.
The A-gap between the center and the guard. North has used that for years. So now, Mike, it looks like it's going to be 4th and 10 from the 45 of North.
And once again, athletic arrogance. You got a heck of a punter. You got a 7-point lead. And if you don't get this, you're giving the team you're trying to beat for a state championship the ball near midfield.
Throwing to Cronin, who's wide open on a short post.
He fumbles
the ball. North picks it up.
Wow.
So pass was completed to Cronin. Then he fumbled, recovered by Joey Piriello.
Wow. 18-yard gain, lost fumble on a great tackle. They ran the A-gap blitz again, and they threw the slant right in behind it. And 25 Bannon, the corner linebacker chasing him, forced the fumble.
Wow, what a play by Bannon. Again, the MVP for North on Thanksgiving Day, and their tough 14-6 victory over Attleboro just 4 days after their semifinal victory over Bill Ricca.
Who returned the fumble?
18, Piriello.
Okay.
So now North, trailing by a touchdown, 10:04 to go, will start at their own 34-yard line. Heading left to right. Power pistol formation. DiMatteo running right. They're running right behind Gallagher, Locke, and Kelsey as their big left tackle, Vatcher, is out of the game.
And, that was one of those unfortunate plays where he was trying to cut, and Danny Locke, the guard, is huge, and he stepped on Locke's ankle. which isn't good for Locke.
Yes, right.
And it certainly isn't good for DiMatteo.
I'm wrong. Number 10 on the fumble recovery, Gavin Wells. Second down.
Power pistol again. 4-man front.
We'll call it 9. It's a short 9, long 8. That time they try to run left. Nice tackle made by number 59, A.J. Adriano. It's going to be 3rd and 8.
That was just 2 great defensive stands.
Yes.
It's called blast blocking, which has worked all day, and it didn't work that one. And really nice. The corner linebackers and the safeties are really creeping up again.
Yeah.
Once again, Paul Sullivan's done a great job calling plays. I know he criticized a couple of them, but by and large, he's been superb. And look at the entire defense is within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. Toss right.
DiMatteo trying to get to the edge behind the pulling guard, screaming up to make the tackle.
It's the sophomore number 6 again.
Wow, Andy Palmer, and it's going to be 4th and 8, no gain for DiMatteo. And if you've seen North play over the last 4 years, you don't hear that sentence often, no gain DiMatteo.
Well, with toss sweep, second time they've tried it, second time sophomore Andy Palmer, number 6, has flown up from the left side and made a diving shoestring tackle.
Actually, they did give him a yard to the 37.
Oh, we go. Okay, lost my head.
So it'll be 4th and 7. Mike, I think they're going to go for it here.
It certainly looks that way. You talk about they're just saying we're good.
Yep.
Both of these teams feel they're the better team, God knows.
I think Thatcher's back on the field at
yes,
left tackle.
Is.
And there's a timeout.
I think that's a good idea.
We'll be right back after this on WARA. 7:55 to go. Marblehead 28, North 21.
This broadcast of the MIAA Division 1, 2, and 3 Super Bowls is made possible thanks to Mark Perryman and the entire staff at Patriot Subaru, 551 Washington Street in North Attleboro. Patriot Subaru is proud to support the Red Rocketeers, KP, and all of the teams competing for a championship with a love of the game. See how I work that in there? For more information, visit Patriot Subaru of NA.com. Subaru sales and service in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and beyond. Love is what makes a champion a champion. Is that how it goes?
The kicking game has been the difference in this game.
Yeah.
Yep. They've made.
No, we're on the air.
Okay, good. There's mistakes made by North Attleboro in the kicking game. They had a shanked punt the first time. The second punt that was returned big. 3 big mistakes on kickoff returns, and really that's the difference in the game. Both teams have almost identical total yardage. Obviously, Marblehead has thrown the ball better, and North Attleboro has run the ball better. But North Attleboro is going for it.
On 4th and 7 from their own 37, 7:55 to go.
Flexed right end.
Yep, that's
motion.
Munley. Right back goes in motion left. Play action pass. Munley on a post corner. No, that's Wells. Wells. He had the fumble recovery and now the post corner pattern for the catch. First down North on 4th down, and look at Thatcher limp.
22-yard gain.
Wow. And Mike, your offensive line has to do a great job to give a receiver the time to run a post corner.
No, they've been doing a great job all day. Was that Munley again?
No, that was Wells.
That was Wells. I thought it was.
Yeah.
And that was a gorgeous post corner.
So they're from their own 37 to the plus 44. My gosh, what a play. DiMatteo running right behind the tight end, and then Gallagher and Locke.
Got 5 yards.
Munley, the tight end on that side. So that was from the 44 to just inside the 40. We'll call it 4. So that pass was
22 yards.
Wow. 13 and 6. Okay.
And we're still on the right hash mark here, still in the 4-man front. You know, Marblehead plays a very sound defense, and they don't gamble a lot. They just trust good athletes.
Right defensive end jumps. I kind of thought he got back, and we've got a real good angle at it. But
no, he did get back, but once again, the left tackle, the captain, was smart enough when he jumped to move, and you force the official to throw the flag, and that's a big mistake by Marblehead, and they haven't made many big mistakes today.
Used to be in the old days, your center had to snap the ball to get that call. Now, if a defensive movement causes an offensive player to move, That's encroachment. So it goes from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 1. Just inside the 35-yard line of Marblehead, trailing by a touchdown with 7:09 to go is North. Hard run following the left side is Tyler Bannon. What a dynamic duo of these running backs, Tyler DiMatteo, Tyler Bannon.
8-yard gain for Bannon. Between the two of them right now, I have him for 165 yards on 36 carries.
Wow.
And it's just good, sound, solid, what we used to call caveman football.
8th play of the drive coming up. That started at their own 34. Again, they converted a 4th and 7. DiMatteo is forced to go outside, but he gets to the edge, turns the corner, knocked out of bounds by Gallant.
Nice. Boy, Gallant can move. That was I thought DiMatteo was going to get a little bit more.
Going to the wide side, yeah.
Now he's still got 5 yards.
From the 26 to the 21, 9th play of the drive coming up. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. It's 28-21, Marblehead. That 4-4 defense. Penn State originated that, right, back in the day?
Yes, they did. It's the offshoot of what used to be called the wide tackle 6. And, of course, I played that when I played at URI and coached it for a while. I became a Okie guy, 50 guy.
Yeah.
There's your counter.
Bannon up the middle. Guard pulling. Believe that was Locke, the right guard pulling.
Yep. What happens on that is two guys go the other way, and is that number 19 down? I think that's James Galante's down.
It is 1st and 10, North Attleboro, 14 yards away from the Marblehead end zone to our right. When we get back, well, it'll be 1st and 10, Marblehead 28, North 21. We're going to stay right here as Gallant, thank heavens, can get off the field under his own power.
There's a lot of guys on both teams playing both ways.
Going to be a lot of ice packs on the bus rides home, Mike.
There's going to be a lot of tears in the team that lose this game, because these two teams, nobody should lose. But that's the way the game goes.
Yep. 2 tight ends, Leary on the left, Munley on the right. Power pistol.
Same play.
Bannon, A-gap blitz. Bannon avoids the blitzing linebacker, gets inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the 10. What do you have for totals on the rushing, Bannon and DiMatteo?
Between them, 171 yards. Bannon's got 17 for 86, which is 5, and DiMatteo's got 22 for 95, which is a shade over 4. But they haven't made any big plays. I mean, this has been rock'em sock'em football.
Ooh. Same formation.
Now the
left back comes in motion right, strength that way. DiMatteo goes towards off tackle, cuts back inside. Another tackle by Cronin. He gets to the 6, from the 10 to the 6, 4 more yards for DiMatteo. It's going to be 3rd, and we call him that 1 or 2.
I'll give him 1. Boy, I don't think he got the spot he deserved there. I thought he landed a little bit of the ball on the 5-yard line.
And they've got it, so it's going to be a 3rd and a long 1 or a short 2. I'll put 1.5 in my notes.
You know what the offensive line's telling the quarterback? Run.
Yeah. Yes.
I know, I used to play there. And they got 2 guys right over the center.
Yeah. Bannon tries to run right.
He does. 1st down, 1st and goal from about the 3.
Barely gets the 1st down. Nice tackle by Christian Pacheco, who's also the left tackle on offense. 1st and goal to go for North. They trail by 7. We're approaching 4:45 to go. Clock moving.
Well, this game is like the Franklin Springfield Cathedral game I watched last week. It's just great high school football. Springfield Central. Lost my head. I'm going back to the old days when Springfield Cathedral was a force. Central is a force.
13th play of this drive, 3 yards away. DiMatteo is into the end zone! Wow! Tyler DiMatteo. 3 more touchdowns today. 25 on the season. He only had 8 in the regular season. North 1 point behind.
4:20 to go.
Running right behind Munley, Gallagher, and Locke. Mike, are they going to go for the PAT to try to force over? What a block by Berthume as well.
No, they just, I just think right now they're going to trust the fact that they run the ball better.
Yep.
And they're going to trust their defense against this great offense.
Low snap, handled well by Wells. DiMatteo splits the upright. Ladies and gentlemen, we are tied at 28 with 4:20 to go. We'll be right back.
This broadcast of the MIAA Division I, II, and III Super Bowls is made possible thanks to Mark Perryman and the entire staff at Patriot Subaru, 551 Washington Street in North Attleboro. Patriot Subaru is proud to support the Red Rocketeers, KP, and all of the teams competing for a championship with a love of the game. See how I work that in there? For more information, visit Patriot Subaru of NA.com. Subaru sales and service in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and beyond. Love, it's what makes a champion a champion. Is that how it goes?
28 all. Also, thank you to W.H. Riley & Son for all of your heating and cooling needs. Rentham Cooperative Bank. Jeff at Northeast Financial Strategies, the Eaglebrook Saloon, Aitchin's Garage, and calling us just before the game and joining the underwriting crew, the Gavel Public House, downtown Rentham. Meet me at the Gavel.
Well, I got to go to the Gavel sometime. I mean, I live in Bellingham. There's no excuse for not going over, but I can't have an alcohol libation on national high school radio, so I'll have a Sprite.
Line drive kick picked up by Percy at his own 2-yard line. He's already across the 15, hemmed in, breaks away from a hit. Finally taken down at his own 13 or 14-yard line. Mudley in on that special teams hit. Is that DiMatteo out there as well, the kicker? Yes. So Marblehead in a tie game with 4:10 to go.
And the first mistake they've made on the kicking game is just one of those things. They're backed up. If they don't come out of here, North Attleboro is, once again, they're going to be in command. But with these two teams, who knows?
A 13-play, 66-yard drive. Now it's Marblehead's turn, starting at their own 14-yard line. Cronin tries to run right behind Campbell, Pingree. There's nothing there. Well, actually a gain of 2 or 3.
Gained 4. Oh. He gained close, 3 yards.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Their own 17-yard line. Twins both ways. Left side's the wide side, but they go short side. Passes high.
A little bit high, and number 30 is one of the best receivers. Captain James Doody couldn't hold on to that ball. Marblehead hasn't made too many mistakes in this game. That he'll never forget that one right there.
Looks like the rain has stopped, or maybe it's a light miss. 3:37 to go. We're tied at 28 in the Division III title game. Trips to the left. That's the wide side.
That's the 4th incompletion.
No deep safety for North. Double A gap blitz. Bubble screen to the right. Cronin might have a hole. Cronin's across the 40. Cronin's across midfield. Turning on the speed. He will cruise into the end zone.
83-yard play.
Wow!
Great call against the double A gap blitz. There was nobody there. I don't know if Cronin's the player of the game or if Robertson's the player of the game. But boy, they had some great play calls on both teams, but that is 2 enormous back-breaking plays, which are the difference in this game.
83-yard touchdown. And again, remember, late in the first half, Cronin reeled in a 73-yard touchdown pass. So 156 yards on 2 completions, both for touchdowns. Suddenly it's a 6-point lead. Just a 3-play, 86-yard drive. Feingold's PAT is good. 35-28 Marblehead with just 3:22 to go.
I understand why the defense...
Northeast Financial Strategies for helping us broadcast the MIAA Division I, II, and III Super Bowl championship games. Located in Rentham since 2010, committed to the community, Jeff provides financial strategies that fit your needs. You can contact Jeff and talk about football or finance at 800-560-4637. That's 800-560-4637 or nfsnet.com. Good luck to all of the teams competing competing for the crown from Jeff Schweitzer and Northeast Financial Strategies.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. You got to admire the courage, the guts of the North defense. No deep safety,
on
double A-gap blitz on
3rd and 7.
Yes, but that's Cronin out there. You need some help.
No, that was it was a huge risk, and I mean, they have 2 plays in this game. They have 356 yards total offense,
wow.
And they have 2 plays which have gained 156 yards of that. And on both plays where I just don't understand how you can't have a deep safety on that particular play. And it was a perfectly run play.
After a 13-play, 66-yard North drive, a 3-play, 86-yard Marblehead drive. Schultz returning the kick left to right from about his own 10-yard line. Gets across 5-yard line to the 27-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of time. There's no question, 3:16. But those 2 big plays, plus some of the, the problems North Attleboro had to start the second half, have really bitten them back.
Yep.
These teams are both champions. I'll tell you, Marblehead is their play calling and what they do offensively really impresses me.
So do you think they've won 20 games in a row because they're wicked lucky, or are they good?
No, they're really good. And they're all really good.
Shifting on the, oh, what a huge collision. DiMatteo getting low, the linebacker getting lower. That's why the game of football was invented.
That was
what
not
a hit.
The low linebacker. Who do you think?
Oh, that was 19 again.
Yes, that's a free safety coming up.
18, sorry.
Yep. No, it was 18?
That was 18.
Okay, well, 18.
Michalowski.
Yep, 19 must not be in there right now. 6-yard gain for, was that Tyler?
That was DiMatteo, yep. 2nd and 4. Yeah, this time it's Bannon trying to run left. Boy, Vatcher is battling at left tackle, Mike, but his movement is limited.
No, it is. He got a yard there.
Look at him limping back to the huddle.
Well, this is 4 down territory.
3rd and 3. North at their own 34-yard line, trailing by a touchdown, 2:26, 2:25 to go, clock moving.
Sensational high school football game. 4-man front. Motion left.
Shotgun snap, Frizzoli, play action pass. Great job by the offensive line. There's that post corner again.
Oh, what a defensive back play by number 6, the sophomore. The ball hit the receiver, number 10,
Wells.
Grady Wells, right in the chest, and he pulled down on both arms and pulled the ball away. Great defensive play by a sophomore.
Andy Palmer. And that's just how they coach it, Mike. Strip those arms down. So North will face another big 4th down. 4th and 3. Their own 34, 2:10 to go. That was a well-thrown ball. Better defense.
Yes.
Wow. Munley comes out as they go with a trips formation to the left. Curran is all the way out to the left. Schultz in the slot.
Oh, boy, look at the slant open on this side. You got to go to the slant.
DiMatteo, a quarterback draw, but Frizzoli's tripped up. Number 59. A.J. Adriano, one of the captains, with a shoestring tackle on 4th down. 1st down. Wow, he got it, Michael.
Oh, my goodness. Where are they going with the... He got the 1st down?
Wow.
I didn't think he got the 1st down.
Must have kept that knee off the turf.
I got to see... Okay.
Yeah. Needed 3 yards, got 3 yards and an inch.
He must have... Holy... I don't know how he got that 1st down, Paul.
Wow. 1st and 10, 140. We're approaching 140 to go as clock's still moving. North, their own 37. Up the right sideline, trying to hit Wells. Overthrown. Again, the sophomore Palmer on the defense, 2nd and 10.
He's not playing like a sophomore. Very good defensive structure there. What they're doing is they're playing what we used to call just an old-fashioned deep zone.
Yeah.
You don't let somebody, and you come up through the ball. That's the way you played it. That's the way I played it. That's the way we were coached. That's the way we coached it. And number 6, this young sophomore, Palmer, has made some big plays. You got a sophomore playing on the left corner. Most teams are right-handed. You just don't see it that much.
Linebackers threaten the blitz, then they drop back. 3-man rush. Again, Frizzoli has time. and throws it into the ground on purpose. They wanted to throw a screen pass to DiMatteo, but it was perfectly diagnosed by Sam and Isi. Tell me again while he's a captain.
Well, this whole team, they're very well coached. Both teams are very well coached. There's got to be at least 8 guys for both teams going both ways.
Third down, 10 yards to go for North. They're at their own 37-yard line. There was 1 minute, 30 seconds to go. Marblehead 35, North 28. Makes you realize how good that Attleboro defense is.
Oh, yeah.
To hold this North team to 14.
And by the way, they gave them the last 7 because they needed the ball back.
Yep. Back to pass for Zoli. Again, the freshman has time. Not anymore. Taken down by Ned Fitzgerald, the senior. A sack back to the 35-yard line. Just a loss of 2, 3. Timeout by North. We'll be right back.
Achin's Garage is now celebrating more than 100 years of service to the North Attleboro area. Achin's provides 24-hour friendly towing and roadside assistance to get you back on the move. From lockouts to blowouts to dead batteries, they're your local AAA representative. Take care of your Massachusetts state inspections without taking up a big chunk of your day. Achin's Garage, proudly celebrating more than 100 years of service to the area and congratulating all of tonight's teams.
Big thanks to our lead sponsor, Patriot Subaru, W.H. Riley and Son. By the way, we'll have the Patriot Subaru players of the game for both teams very shortly. W.H. Riley and Sons, Rentham Cooperative Bank, Northeast Financial Strategies with Jeff Schweitzer, Eagle Brook Saloon, Achin's Garage, and the Gavel Public House. Mike, 4th and 13 from their own 35, 1:21 to go.
Well, in the pistol, they've got twins to the right, split to the left, twins to the left, split to the right.
Blitz, picked up well. Frizzoli's got to step up, escapes the rush, throws, intercepted, and sliding to the ground. Michael, Connor Cronin with the interception. I think we have our player of the game for Marblehead.
I don't know how you pick a player of the game sometimes. Cronin's been phenomenal, but this quarterback for them, I don't know. They have just been superb. The quarterback has thrown for 297 yards and run for a touchdown. Cronin's got 200 and, at halftime, he had 136 yards in receptions.
Yeah.
So he ended up with, in the second half, he caught a 30-yard pass, and he caught 83. Well, you're right about that.
Yeah.
113 yards. Anytime a kid catches 249 yards worth of passes and comes up with it.
Wow.
And by the way, he shouldn't have intercepted that ball.
That's right, should have knocked it down.
Knock it down. They ended up losing yardage. North Attleboro's taking its time out here, but they've only got one left. And it's basically the game is over. What a ball game. What an absolute ball game.
So that drive started at North's own 27. It went 8 plays. Finally, the interception by Cronin after the freshman Frizzoli did a great job to avoid the rush. So our Patriot Subaru player of the game for Marblehead, junior Connor Cronin. Just remember, Mike, he set the tone early, started the game off with a 24-yard kickoff return where he broke a bunch of tackles.
Right. And
has been unstoppable on both sides of the ball since then. For North Attleboro, who are our candidates for the Patriot Subaru player of the game?
It's either going to be DiMatteo or Bannon.
Yeah.
I would say DiMatteo, 109 yards on 26 carries, both playing both ways. I'm not crazy about player of the game sometimes with so many players that play so well for both teams. But this Marblehead team, you got to tip your hat. These guys are really good.
And they take the knee. We're not going to count those stats against Robertson. Why don't we split it between the two Tylers, DiMatteo and Bannon?
Yes.
Tyler DiMatteo, Tyler Bannon, our North Attleboro players of the game. So North will end their season at 9-4. Undefeated Marblehead is now 14-0. They've won 21 consecutive games. And everyone looks crushed on the north sideline except the real little kids who are still throwing the football around having fun.
Well, yeah, everybody else is just stunned.
Wow.
When you play this hard and this well.
And there it is. The final seconds tick off the clock. Again, North started this season 0-2. At one point after losing to Foxborough, they were 2-3. Have been undefeated ever since until they ran into the buzzsaw of the Marblehead Magicians.
Well, my concern going into this game was when you're playing a team that has so much explosiveness, you've got to dominate the time of possession.
Yep.
And I just think what happened at the end of the first half, in the beginning of the second half, was too much to overcome. And of course, that last touchdown pass on that screen, it was just a magnificent call by the Marblehead staff, Coach Jim Rudloff. Just a wonderful football game.
Yep.
Wonderful football game. And plenty of good sportsmanship.
Yes.
And just, this is, once again, it's Division 4. And Division 3, rather. And, you got 8 kids at least on both teams going both ways.
Yes.
It's as well as you're going to see the game played. Very, very tough loss for North Attleboro. Congratulations to Marblehead. Everybody's got a lot to be proud of.
We'll be right back after this on WARA 1320 AM, WARAradio.com, and AACS 15 Sports.
This broadcast of the MIAA Division 1, 2, and 3 Super Bowls is made possible thanks to Mark Perryman and the entire staff at Patriot Subaru, 551 Washington Street in North Attleboro. Patriot Subaru is proud to support the Red Rocketeers, KP, and all of the teams competing for a championship with a love of the game. See how I work that in there? For more information, visit Patriot Subaru of NA.com. Subaru sales and service in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and beyond. Love, it's what makes a champion a champion. Is that how it goes? College football was introduced in 1869. 4 years later, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H.